You're connected with support. How can I help you?
You're picking up the phone pretending that you want to help people, but you really want to rob them.
I want you to understand, legally and federally, I know what type of time waster you are.
Do you want people to empty their bank account?
Why would you waste my precious time?
Do we call scammers? And man, they say the dumbest stuff.
Go ahead, please.
Hey, do not call this number again. Okay?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Take.
Good morning, each and everyone.
How are you today?
Wonderful.
And let's see, can everyone hear us? Hello, testing. Good morning, Raz. So let's just wait a minute, make sure everyone can hear us. Since I haven't streamed in 2 days, you never know if something's wrong. You know?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk for like 20 minutes and ramble, and then you say, oh, no one can hear us. And then I got to remember everything I said for those 20 minutes.
I know.
I only remember what I did 30 seconds ago.
Okay. Is it too loud? Morning, Kelly.
What's up, Kelly?
Okay, cool. Loud and clear, we're here. Yeah, we can see you in chat, Ryan Z. Why wouldn't we be able to see
What up,
you?
Lisa?
Hi. Hi, Lisa. So yesterday, by the way, thank you so much, Christopher, for joining our membership. Super appreciate it. We really, really appreciate the support for the show. Good morning, David Bryan.
Yeah,
And also,
that was a nice surprise.
yeah, and also thank you so much, formerly known as Thrill Seeks, for renewing your membership. We really appreciate it. It really is very helpful. Everyone, probably nobody's paying attention, but hi, Ryan Z. Everyone say hi to Ryan Z. Or he's known as
What's up, Ryan Z?
Z Martha.
What's up, Sunset Shadow?
Yeah, good morning, Sunset Shadow. So yesterday, I had a,
I don't think you said that right.
said what?
Say that 3 times fast. Sunset Shadow.
No.
Well, thank you anyway, Dave.
Yeah. So yesterday there was like some kind of like local internet outage for AT&T for like 24 hours. So I didn't have internet from it's hot here too. I don't have air conditioning.
That's what happened then.
Yeah. So I didn't have any internet from like, it was somewhere around 11 p.m. on Wednesday. I went to bed and thought, oh well, it should be fine by the morning, but the morning it wasn't back up. So I didn't get it till sometime around 3 to 4 yesterday. So I just worked on editing my video for Monday. I will have a Monday premiere. I'm trying to make the video good, but it's already Friday and I haven't finished. I'm only like halfway done with it, so we'll see what happens with that. But I will have a premiere on Monday. So yeah, that's about it. So I didn't do much scam baiting yesterday because it's hard to do it without the internet, because I used an internet based phone number and stuff like that. So I didn't do much scam baiting, but I did edit. So that was my day yesterday. How about you?
Yes, I called a bunch of idiots, but didn't really record. I just kind of wasn't in the mood to do anything for content. But I was just so angry yesterday at these idiots. It just got to me. I was just calling them all day, yelling at them. I'm just so sick of it. I was watching when I woke up today, I was watching the newest Joe Scambait video, which was like 3 weeks old, but I'm just behind on catching up. But I was up early, so I checked out his video, and I mean, it's an amazing video, of course, but it's the same thing. The same reasoning, the same logic. The scammers are just driving me crazy. Their thinking it just drives me nuts. Makes me angry.
Yeah, for sure. It does us all. So Charlie is still sick. She asked how Charlie was.
Awesome sunset.
Yeah, he yesterday I took him back to the vet. he had a fever, and they gave him some meds and fluids, and then but he did eat like a little bit. Thank you so much, Sunset Shadow. Take might have ruined your name for me, but thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate that. So if he still has a fever today, when we get done with the show, I have to take him back. If he still has a fever, they're going to give him antibiotics. The only reason they haven't yet is because he's not eating, so they think it'll further upset his stomach. So nobody knows what's wrong with him. But he was always around 11.5 pounds. He's down to less than 9 pounds because he hasn't eaten in an entire week. So, I mean, that's a lot of body. Thank you. That's a lot of body weight to lose in a week. I mean, that's like 20% of your body weight, you know? So, poor...
yeah, tell me the secret.
Yeah. So, the secret is not eat and feel like shit. Then you'll lose weight.
Feel like shit anyway.
So, hopefully, but he did eat a little bit last night. The vet gave us, like, some food that's for, like, sick dogs. He ate, like, half of it. So, it was a start. But thanks for asking. The other day, did you get any subs on Wednesday? Because the vet called, so I put on one of your videos, and it was on, like, it was like 15 minutes, and I think it played through like 2 times because I was on with the vet. So they had like 30 minutes of you on Wednesday.
I think I did get 1 or 2 that day, but you never know. But yeah. Well, thank you.
I don't know if it's from me, but people were very nice to stay, even though I wasn't live while I talked to the vet. So I added some interesting things that you won't hear. Well, I don't know if it's interesting, but I added a news theme song for Mr. Chester. I don't know, is Chester, are you coming on today? I hope so.
Chester is back. He was in America. He did his wandering. I'm sure he'll tell us about it. He was all over the United States. We did not meet up, but my understanding is he had an amazing time and then made it back to England in time for tea. So it's... Yeah, we didn't see him for a couple times, but now it's like back to normal.
Wonder why he didn't come to visit us while he was here.
I mean, he was close. You know, he was like near Mount Rushmore, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty far from the South, good old South. But still.
Yeah, I'm closer to it. You're far from it. I'm close to it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. But anyway, I added a song which you won't hear it unless you listen to the stream. You're not going to hear it through your headphones, but I added a little news song, so when he comes on, it'll play a little news song. I also I have a new segment I want to try today called Good News. Some good news, which I stole from John Krasinski. Because over the pandemic, John Krasinski had a show called Some Good News. So I figured after Chester gives us all this weird news, I could give a piece of good news. What do you think?
I mean, the good news is always good, but I don't think Chester always gives us bad news. Some of the stories are good, right?
They're usually disturbing, even if they're not bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, disturbing is like a synonym for good, I thought.
Yeah.
But any news is good news. I mean, I would love to hear your stories.
Yeah, thank you. I got a lot of stories. They're just not all good. And
now, did anything exciting happen yesterday in your life? Like, did you make arrangements to go anywhere or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Nothing, huh?
No, nothing.
What's up, Ramble?
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
So, for those, so as my title says, we'll be talking to Whiskey Scambaiter, who just baits whiskey scammers. There's a lot of non-tech scams that I feel like scambaiters overlook because, you know, it's hard to make content out of it. The biggest one that I've seen from the BBB, I think I've said it before, but I'll just say it again because it is a non-tech scam, is the pet scams. There's a lot of people out there that are paying for pet scams. Paying for pet scams, paying for pets that they're never getting because they don't exist, you know? So I thought that was kind of I put Whiskey Scambaiter in this category of non-tech scams, you know? So we got whiskey, we got pets, and just basically a lot of websites. Just don't order anything from any websites that aren't like credible or someone hasn't told you about. So obviously Amazon and eBay, they're gonna, or like a big company like Walmart or whatever, they'll help you get a refund if you don't receive your product. But if it's not like one of these big websites and no one told you about it, like recommended it to you, it's just better not to use it, because a lot of these websites look good but they're just BS and you never actually receive a product.
Oh, thanks so much, David.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, I was on Whiskey Scambait's Twitter today, and I mean he's religiously reporting scams from Instagram or from wherever he sees them, telling people do not buy alcohol from these people. He definitely has like a little niche.
Cool. Well, I'm super excited.
What up, Maya?
Hey, Maya, I'm super excited to talk to him because I don't know anything about whiskey or scams. So it'll be great to talk to him and hear about that. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. But that's what some examples of non-tech scams that you don't see a lot of scam baiting because they're not really involved with phone calls. Of course, romance scams is a non-tech scam. What else? I guess maybe crypto, where they have you invest in crypto. Would that be considered a tech scam?
I don't know what you would consider it. It's definitely a bunch of idiots that are out there scamming people. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of those cryptos originate. You see them on Instagram. And thanks so much, DA. Again, people fall for it. They think they're going to give them, $200 and make $10,000 in an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm happy when Scammers Among Us, she's always flagging those down because people do fall for them. Yeah,
for sure. Thank you so much, Dave's Who Reviews. Welcome to the family. Really appreciate the support of the show. And DA, thank you as always. I love you, appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Y'all are super nice. Well, thank you, Thrill Seeks, for the double membership. We appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, and if anybody can be members, we super appreciate that. It equates to, like, by being a member, you're just contributing like 40 cents per episode to help us cover the show, which does take a lot of time. Plus, I try to have money on the microsip so that Take can call.
Up, Coco.
Coco. Hi, Coco. So, super appreciate anyone that's able to do that. And if you're not, no problem. We're still super glad to have you. All right. So, Chester, are you ready to come up and give us the news? You have like what, 2 weeks of news you're behind on.
Yeah, I told him he's got an hour today, so a lot going on in the world.
Yeah. All right, let's add him to the call, and then once I add him, then y'all can hear my cool news theme for him.
Hello, 67.
Hello. All right. Well, got him. Whoa, stream. Are you there? Hello. Hold on. Let me start the news with my handy dandy music. Ready?
Yep, go for it.
And this is Chester Drawers bringing us the news. Could y'all hear the song? Did you like it? Tell us in chat what you think about the new newsroom theme song.
I don't know whether it's me on Discord, because I've got YouTube on silent, but I didn't hear anything. Sorry.
No, you're not going to hear it through here.
I just heard it.
Did you like it, Take?
Yeah, it was cool. It was very professional.
Very dramatic.
It was. If you never said, I'm going to do my handy dandy, blah, 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 and we just went right into that, people would think we're like, oh my God, they're like CNN.
Yeah, I will from now on, but it was the introduction of the song, so that's why I gave it some explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Chester, I don't know, do you feel worthy of a song like that? I mean, you really, I think you are, but I don't know if you really think you're worthy yourself.
I didn't hear it on, because I've got YouTube on silent whilst I'm on Discord, so I missed it. Sorry.
That's what I had to do. I had to mute you guys so I can listen to the wonderful song.
Well, everyone seems to like it. They said it's perfect yet dramatic.
Okay.
So set you up for some wonderful news.
Well, this is Chester Drawers, special roving reporter for WSCAM Radio, the morning scam show, and here are some of the disturbing news headlines that I've come across my desk recently. Now, you know, I'm into the Guinness World Records and things like that. Well, there's one, latest one caught my eye. A Christian Cavaletti, who originally earned the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of Pepsi cans in March 2004, when his collection was tallied at 4,391. Well, he's just beat his own record. He now has 12,402 different Pepsi Cola cans. There are no repeats. They're completely unique, different cans from around the world. He says he started collecting his Pepsi cans in 1989 after becoming enamoured with the Back to the Future trilogy. He started collecting the cans, including, I don't know if you remember, in the Back to the Future trilogy, there was the futuristic can of Pepsi Perfect. I think that was in part 2 of the franchise, but he's even got that can, and he now has his website, which he displays on a day-by-day basis, different cans. So if you go to his website, you can admire his collection from afar, and it will take a long while before it repeats, because he keeps changing them around. So yeah, there you go.
Well,
Pepsi Cola
you know what I
collection.
just learned from that segment is I didn't even realize that Back to the Future was a trilogy. I only thought there was one of them.
Oh my goodness.
So you learn something new every day.
Yep, you heard it here first.
This whole time, too.
You heard it here first. Yes, CJ needs to get out more.
1.21 gigawatts. Now, where does this Pepsi man live?
Italy.
Italy. So we
yeah.
will not be visiting. Well, no field trips in the near future.
No, but he's got a website. I'll post details to his website in chat.
I just want to know, like, did he have to move and get a bigger place? Did he start with a studio apartment? And I mean, is he married? Or I mean, I think it shows that if he is married, there's hope for anyone. If someone's gonna put up with that many cans, and someone's that excited over Pepsi cans,
Yeah.
I mean,
This is true. That's a great point.
there's someone for everyone.
I can
Maybe they'll
confirm.
meet somebody in the future that collects Sprite cans.
Yeah, could be. Well, I can confirm. I've had a little bit more info. I've just dug his bio out. He's married and he has two wonderful sons, Enrico and Matteo. He's a doctor with a master's degree in synthetic organic chemistry, and he lives in Alba Adriatica.
Oh, nice, close by.
Well,
Yeah, you've even got pictures of him.
Well, I
Although
have,
his website wasn't updated, or hasn't been updated since November 2020.
Oh, well, I'm impressed because I have my bachelor's in chemistry, and I got straight A's in it, except for I got B's in organic chemistry, and then I got a D in physical chemistry. And the rest were straight A's. So the fact that he has a degree in organic chemistry, I am impressed.
And how many Pepsi bottles do you have?
Yeah, exactly. You've been drinking for long soda.
Yeah, how many did he have? 12,000.
12,700.
It was, hang on, 12,402 cans. And he displays 1,500 cans at a time on his website. Or sorry, 15,000 cans will be displayed. That doesn't make sense. It must be 1,500. But he just keeps changing them around.
I'm thirsty now.
Well, I have
I'm just taking a sip.
I have 12,403, so he's got to do.
See if he's got a contact information. I would love to talk with this man.
Yeah, let's see if he'll come on the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have some questions about part 3 as well. And hopefully by then CJ can watch the trilogy.
Yeah, catch up.
Is it worth watching? Because a lot of times the second and third aren't as good.
That's funny. I saw, what did I watch yesterday? It reminds me of the guy was interviewing Obama, and he's like, aren't you upset that you, and it was the guy from The Hangover actually that was interviewing him, and he said, aren't you upset that you can't run a third time for president? And Obama said, no, it's time. That would be like doing a third Hangover movie. It really didn't work, did it? And it just kind of shut the interview guy up.
I love those segments. Those are called Between Two Ferns, and they're joke interviews with celebrities. I love them. They're really fun.
Yep. But yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. You have to see all 3.
Yeah, did you watch the one I sent you after that? It was really funny with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. Yep.
She said, he said, you're very off-putting, and she said, well, you should be off-putting because you're fat. That was really funny.
What?
It's really good series.
Facial expressions are so funny.
Yeah, y'all should watch Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. I don't know how to say his name. Anyway,
Yeah,
back to the
I don't
news.
know. I love when he interviews Obama.
Yeah, that was funny.
So, all right, Chester. So let's move on to what else you got? Yoo-hoo? Somebody has a Yoo-hoo collection?
I'm still looking. I think they're still looking for you, actually, because you're the longest MySpace subscriber.
So they're looking for me. They got to get behind the IRS. They got to get behind the local PD. There's a lot of people looking for me.
Well, we were talking about losing weight and diets a few moments, but this is slightly different. A gentleman by the name of Buran Demir from Turkey took his younger brother to hospital after he complained about abdominal pains. When doctors performed an endoscopy with ultrasound and x-ray scans, they were amazed to discover 233 items in the 35-year-old's stomach.
Yikes.
This included 1 lira coins, batteries, magnets, nails, pieces of glass, stones and screws. So
Who's cooking for this guy?
yeah, exactly. They surgeons removed everything, and it says, or as a comment, it's not a situation we see in adults. It's mostly in childhood, and he unconsciously swallowed foreign bodies. But he's obviously referred to a hospital after the checks performed, and he was operated on, and the objects were removed from his stomach quite safely.
Was he upset
So he
about
just
it?
eats random things without knowing it?
Well, that's
No,
the
I'm sure he
that's
knows.
the inference. But looking at it, there's a picture on. Let me see if I can post. No, I can't post pictures. I'll post the
That's okay. I don't need to see that.
link. No, it's quite disturbing, but quite interesting.
I like to hear disturbing. Seeing's a different story.
Yeah, we just got the objects laid out in the table. It's included. I mean, there are some. It's a syringe in there.
He ate a battery, like he ate it raw, like no salt, no Vegemite, no mustard, nothing.
Yeah,
No peanut butter. Jeez.
He needs some psychiatric help if he had no peanut butter.
I mean, you know that. I mean, yeah.
I'm not surprised. I worked at the hospital for years and saw people. It's definitely a condition. It's a mental health condition. We had this person that came in that had eaten a bunch of Barbie doll heads.
Yeah.
So they
Oh, that is weird.
Like plastic cannibalism at its finest, right there. That could be a movie, actually. We got to talk about that later, CJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. The boss over here, she works. She's a sonographer, and some of the stories that I hear of what people have inserted into themselves, that is very disturbing.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to talk about that because that will gross us out and give us the creeps.
Yes, and it is breakfast. It is breakfast. I'm very conscious of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I mentioned a while back a woman married a ragdoll.
Yeah.
She fell in love with his ragdoll and married him. Well, congratulations. The happy couple now have a baby ragdoll.
Oh,
Bound to happen.
love always wins.
She quotes, unsurprisingly, the birth was painless, with Mary Vioni claiming it only just took 35 minutes. It's a wonderful day for me, very important, very emotional, she told NTK, which is the Brazilian news media outlet. He's a man I always wanted in my life. Married life with him is wonderful. She says he doesn't fight with her. He doesn't argue. He just understands him. He's such a great and faithful husband. He's such a man, and all women envy him. There you go. And
that's in New York.
Brazil.
Okay.
But it could be.
I was gonna say, what apartment?
Yeah, but on the 21st of May, so it's a few weeks back, they welcomed the child into their family, and she says, as I said earlier on, she didn't feel the contractions or the pain. Seeing the placenta in the umbilical cord and the blood made it all real. He was here in 35 minutes and he is great. Now that is weird. I get the Ragdoll bit, but the rest of it, I'm not too sure.
So does she have sex with that doll?
Well, that is disturbing.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if she's reenacting this love child, it seems like she would have done something with it, like in a sexual manner.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a ton of issues going on there, I would imagine.
Yes.
I'm no genius.
Yeah.
I don't know if this person is socially, okay with being around people. Like, there might be some deep trauma there. And I mean, we have to interview this person. Where is it, in Brazil?
Yep. Let's see where she lives.
And you speak pretty fluent Portuguese, right?
No.
Oh, I thought that was like everybody in England spoke that. Okay, so we'll find somebody and we'll get on this. I need to speak with this young woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Because that's a woman that I could get.
Yeah.
let me post the link.
You think she'd give
in
up
chat.
You think she'd give up a husband that doesn't speak for you?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Right. Right. You can care less about anybody that can make her laugh or make, yeah, you're right. She just wants a silent doll. And I can't be that. I can't be that. Not even for Britney Spears, I wouldn't shut up.
Check out the link I've posted. You got the wedding photos. You got pictures of her following the birth.
Wedding
Oh
photos.
my God! When you see that picture, it's extra creepy. Like, really, the picture really brings it to a whole new level of creepy.
There you go.
Don't you think?
What's next? He's going to start collecting Coke cans?
Yeah, maybe.
Nothing wrong with that. I had a collection too. Just kidding.
Other soda drinks are available. But if Coke wants to send me samples, I quite happily accept them.
Now, is Coke popular in England, or is it the same as here, like Pepsi, Coke?
Yeah, I personally prefer my Coke holding in cans, but there is other ways of, and I think it's a different type of Coke in the powder form, but I'm talking about the holding in cans cola.
Yep. All right.
Oh, sorry, Asher. Yeah, not cool. Apologies for that. Right. Next story. Picking out a baby's name is pretty exciting for couples of new families. It means you're moving closer to meeting your bundle of joy, and parents. They've got a responsibility. They have to choose a name which suits their child and won't encourage bullying in the playground and doesn't cause any unnecessary conflict with their friends and family. However, one woman has managed to lose a friendship after with her girlfriend, after she demanded that her friend changes her dog's name so that she can give it to her baby girl. In a series of text messages, the expecting mum explains how she is pregnant with a girl and wants to name her fifth child Tilly, but can't because the woman's dog has the same name. She wrote, "We want to name her Tilly, but it comes to my attention you have a dog named Tilly, and I'd appreciate you changing the dog's name. Obviously, she can't have the same name as a dog, and we're bound to bump into each other." So, in response, the woman replied, "I don't think it's necessary to change my Tilly's name. I don't think you'll ever see her, and I don't think anyone will notice when they've got the same name anyway." So, it's amazing what people will do to sort of, to get people to change names. Change a dog? I mean, what's that all about?
So, what happened? How did this story become a story? Like, there's no murder here, or like no?
Well, it might be. It's.
Like, how do we know about this?
Well, it must be true. It's in one of our tabloids.
Well, I mean, how does it make the tabloids? I mean, come on.
It's one of those stories that started off in social media. Mumsnet, I think. That's where most of the best stories start, and it's. Yeah, change your dog's name because I like it and I want to call my daughters that. I mean, it's not as though she's going to go out, and start whistling out of her back doors. Come on, Tilly, come in.
You never know.
You go.
I mean, if somebody said, "Well, why don't we change the name?" I would say, "Why don't we just stop being friends?"
Yeah, I think that's what's coming. It's coming to.
Yeah,
but I mean,
exactly.
I mean, the four other kids. I mean, what do they call them? Rover, Rex, any other dog's name? I can't think of any at the moment.
I mean, I really appreciate you finding this story. I mean, that's 10 minutes of your life you're never going to get back.
Exactly.
I mean, you're down for the cause. So if you have a contact information for them, I think we could we need to talk with them.
Well, someone needs to talk with them.
Well, yeah, but you're more professional than me. You can keep your cool.
Well, I'm pregnant with Indian baby, so I was gonna name them each and everything. Is that okay? Because I know your cats are named that.
I mean, we can talk about that. I'd have to think about that, but I think I would still be your friend.
Well,
I mean, I think I would be honored
if
you were having kids. Well, I didn't tell you. I did see a cat roaming around the neighborhood that I want to rescue. So I'm going to have 3 cats. They'll be each and everything in Gandu. So if you have triplets, feel free to take those 3 names.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I would love to have a baby girl named Each.
I don't think there's ever been an Each in the world, right?
Each.
You ever meet anybody with the name Each?
It's kind of a catchy name.
There's a Cheech.
Each. Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
Right. I love this story. I wish this would happen to me. A man in Chile.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, a man in Chile has disappeared after he was accidentally paid 286 times his normal salary. The banking bungle occurred in May of this year, with a man promising his boss that he would return what was overpaid to him, but instead he quit his job and vanished. Most people probably do the same thing. I don't know. But I mean, in Chile, the overpaid amount was about £148,000, which would be $120,000. No, it'd be more than that. Probably about $160,000.
Yeah, your dollars. dollars heavier than ours.
Yeah. So, he worked at the company for a number of years, and despite reporting that he'd been overpaid, promising to pay back, I can't imagine what made him change his mind and just resign and disappear. And his employers are still unable to contact him despite trying multiple attempts to call, text and WhatsApp him. But he did, his resignation came through his solicitor, his lawyer.
So he got a bonus and then just quit.
Yep, well, overpaid 286 times his normal salary.
I would think they want that money back.
Oh yeah, but they don't know where he is.
Yeah, he'll turn up. He's probably on Banana Island somewhere.
Yeah.
But he'll turn up. I mean, that money's only going to take you 4 or 5 years. It sounds like a lot at one time, but he's on the run now for the rest of his life. Yeah.
But that's it for the disturbing news from me today.
Yeah.
I would like to thank American Airlines for totally screwing up my flights to the US. They were very professional at it. But I had 4 flights and each one was messed up in a different way. But having said that, you are a great bunch of people. Love your country. Love it.
I mean, you've been here before, right?
Oh yeah, lots of times.
And they keep letting you back. So I mean, the feeling's mutual. They love you. America loves you too.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, that was the first start of my sort of misadventure. We have to apply for an ESTA, an electronic visa, just for vacations and things like that. You have to get a full visa if you want to work and all sorts of that. Well, I paid for a 1-hour response through to the US
consulate,
Homeland Security. No, it was TSA or Homeland Security, or anyway, whatever agency, CBA or whoever deals with it. And 20 minutes in, I got a response saying, "Thank you for your application. There are some discrepancies we would like to discuss with you. Please, can you call?"
Oh, snap.
So I thought, well, is that my convictions finally catching up with me? Is it my association with WSCAM radio? Yeah. And it wasn't.
Don't blame CJ. But I mean, forgot about your Ragdoll fetish.
Yeah, exactly. No, so it was just the scan of my passport, because I had to send them a scanned image of my passport. That wasn't clear enough for them, so they were happy once I saw once I resent it. And with all the travel chaos that's happening at airports around the world, I thought, well, okay, let's go. And I put my hold luggage checked in at Heathrow. When I was off to Chicago, was my first stop, and it was plain sailing at Heathrow, which was, despite all the news, because over here it's pretty much every day, chaos at Heathrow Airport, Gatwick, London Stansted, Manchester, but it was pretty plain smoothing. So I thought, Raz, Homeland Security did catch out my multiple names, but I got to Chicago, and I have never seen so many people queuing up to go through immigration. Even US citizens. I think you can just scan your passport or your ID and just sort of sail through. No, it took 2 and a bit hours. Now,
Again, not
my
surprised with that. Hello?
Hello?
I said that's not surprising to me. That sounds normal.
Well, you'd think. So I queued up, and I still had plenty of time for my next flight, despite this 2.5 hours. But after I cleared and went to the flight connections, they told me that I was still in time to check in, but I was too late to check my luggage. So therefore, they bumped me off my flight. My connecting
snap.
flight. So the next flight that they could offer me was the following day, which wasn't particularly good since I was meeting. Excuse me.
You need to
Wasn't
take a
particularly
glass of water.
No, I need a Pepsi.
I know somebody's got 12,400 of them, although they're all empty. But there might be a drop in each one. You put them all together, you might get one drink.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, a little bit. And they offered me the next day, so I said that wasn't good enough. So they put me on standby, and then I waited for, I think it was about 7-8 hours in total for the next flight. Not knowing where I was going to get on or not. They kept changing the gate where this aircraft was supposed to be going, so I kept on moving. Fortunately, I was getting alerts, and yay, for standby, because of all the other chaos, other people had missed their flights, so they put me on. So I got a flight. So I got to Minnesota. Minneapolis, that's easy for you to say, St. Paul's, and I collected my luggage. Yeah, you do.
No, I'm just kidding. You do.
You can't spell it, but
That is true. Yep. You all right?
Yeah. I'm getting all emotional, so just thinking about it again.
I mean, you were in America for how many days? 10 days?
No, it was only 7.
Okay, it felt like a year that I didn't talk with you.
It did.
I talk with you a lot more when you're in England than I do when you're in America.
Well, that's the other thing. What's up with your Wi-Fi in national parks? It's non-existent.
Well, listen, I don't know what the hell you're doing hanging out in those parks. I mean, you need to come to the city. But you got to get out of the sticks. But isn't that kind of funny where it's like, I wouldn't even be the one to say, well, you're in America, why don't you call me? I mean, because I would expect you to say, why the hell would I call you? I'm in a different part of America. I'm not going to see you. Why should I call you just because I'm in your country? You know, I still talk to you more when you're in England, and I'm fine with it. I just missed you. It felt like you were gone for a year.
Yeah, I tried calling. That again, I had issues with roaming. This was a disaster, start to finish. It really was. I went to do astrophotography, so I went to supposedly some really dark sky sites, but it was hot during the day, blue skies, bit of puffy clouds, but at night, rain, thunder, the works. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just a disaster. I mean, even on the way back at Dallas, I was hoping to meet up with Pecan, but they messed my flights up, so not even that happened.
Sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Well, yeah. I'm happy you're back away from America, so we can talk more.
Yes, definitely, and I will be coming to haunt you. Don't worry.
it sounds like you've experienced more of what our great country has to offer than I have. Although you can live in New York your whole life and not see everything there is to see, but I would love to go to Mount Rushmore one day, into South Dakota. And I'm kind of jealous that you did all that.
Yeah, that was amazing. A helicopter ride around.
And I would like to steal a helicopter as well. I mean, I'm envious of you that you got away with all that.
Well, thank you. I tried on calling up on Tuesday, and I forget when was Traitors Day. 4th of July for you. Was that was that was Monday.
Monday.
So let's talk about that. Now, yeah, I knew that I wanted to talk with you about something. This 4th of July nonsense that we have. I mean, it's a great thing to celebrate. I didn't realize that the fireworks started way back when they separated from your beautiful country there, and then they started doing 13 gunshots or whatever because there was 13 states at the time. But now I'm subjected to this disgusting noise for like a week before 4th of July, a week after it. I don't know what's a firework, what's a gunshot. I just don't know, and it's kind of your fault.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is, as we spoke the other day, in New York, it's probably an everyday occurrence, whether it's fireworks or gunfire. They both sound the same.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I do love you, but, we're talking about higher tea prices and fireworks. And the more I learn about history, the more I'm like, I don't think you treated me too well in the past.
Well, as I say, no representation without taxation.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what did you eat when you were here?
Sorry?
What did you eat when you were here?
On the road. I was in a RV. So I had one hamburger in a tiny sort of I don't we call them roadhouse or burger joint. Best burger ever. It was to die for.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, no, it was on the go food. Had 2 campfires on the go, and had s'mores for the first time, so that was good. Yeah, that's something your invention. That was brilliant.
All right. Well, next time you're in town, hit me up and I'll show you some dark places in New York that you can take beautiful pictures of.
Yeah. All with a happy end.
Pulitzer Prize.
All with a happy ending.
I can show you those places too, actually. Miss Kim's massage parlor, right downstairs underneath my building. They don't just fix your back, They'll tug on your plum tree shaker like there's no tomorrow. I promise.
I totally understand your thing about fireworks. I mean, after the very disturbing video that I sent you, but also Dill Hole. I don't know if you saw that.
Where the fireworks went off on the yeah, that was good. That was funny. That had me rolling. But I got to share that with a few people. I don't know if we can play it on the stream. I don't know how those things work with copyright or whatever. But but we'll have to figure all that out. And maybe after Scambaiter comes on.
Yeah, Dill Hole basically was blowing up a wasp nest, and he blew out half his side as well.
That Dill video with the wasps, I remember watching that like a year ago when I first met Dill in this virtual land of YouTube, and Dill was one of the first people I met, and I checked out his channel, and that wasp video was so funny, and it was like I was praying that the cat would be okay, and the cat was safe. Nothing was harmed except for some wasps. But that was a funny video.
Yeah, he did an update to it last week, but yeah, no, he blew out half his side. It looks really, really painful, but yeah. You guys can. We have limitations on the fireworks you can buy. I mean, God knows what this is probably industrial blasting stuff that he got a hold of. But yeah, fantastic time. No, I had despite all my trials and tribulations, I had a really, really good time. Really nice people, and if I'd got myself properly organised, I would have flown into New York and met your cats, dragons, dinosaurs, and everything else in your apartment. So that would be next time. But yeah,
next time you make it over here, I might have a Ragdoll even to introduce you to.
Could be. I'll try and hook you up on. Is it my fans or only your only fans?
Only Ragdolls.
Yeah, could be. That could be the next.
Doll Hub. Oh, the things I learned from Chester Drawers. Listen, man, thank you so much. I'm so happy you're back. It felt like
so
a
happy.
year. Like I said, I was really, I was missing you. So I am happy you're back. We have to get to Whiskey Scambaiter.
Yes.
Hopefully you hang out and we can talk more. I know Whiskey's got a job to get to because some people in the world do work and they're responsible.
Not like you,
so I just want to make
Chester.
sure we
You're
talk with
too
him.
busy. Chester's too busy traveling around to do work.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the news and my travel updates. This is Chester Draws, special roving disturbing news reporter for WSCAM Radio, the Morning Scam Show. Now back to you at the studio.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Mr. George.
All right. Well, let me just check on Mr. Whiskey, see if he's available.
Mr. Whiskey.
He is. I actually have a little montage I put of a bait he did. It's you have to look at the screen and read it, but I put some music there. So we have that little bit of we have that little clip of him because I don't believe he makes videos. We can ask him, but I don't think so. Do you? I don't think he makes videos.
I couldn't find any.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any, so I was just doing some little bit of learning about him on his Twitter, but I couldn't find any videos really.
Yeah, and then we have your awesome video to play. I wonder if we should play it after Whiskey or now. What do you think?
Well, he's got to go to work, right?
I think so. So
yeah, let's talk with him first. And I mean, my nonsense can wait. And I already posted my video, so most of our friends have seen it already.
Cool.
But you know, a few people haven't. But it's not that great anyway. I'd rather talk to Whiskey than see my nonsense.
Well, let me play his little montage so y'all look at a bait he did. It's pretty hilarious, and we will get him on the line.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, stepping up, don't
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, sure can. Take will just be another minute. He's driving. But hi, I'm CJ. Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, hey. My co-host Take is real excited. He says you're his kind of people. So he was just driving. He'll be here in about 4 minutes. But yeah, have you done a lot of podcasts? It looks like you. I was looking at your website that you had a whole bunch there that you had done.
Yeah, I've done a few. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you like doing them or?
I mean, it kind of depends. I used to mainly do. I wouldn't even say they're really podcasts. More like I do interviews with like other tattoo artists and other artists and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we kind of have a general. Like a general vibe of what to talk about and how everything's going to flow and all that. And then I remember talking to an author, and I was asking him how to pitch my books. He said, hey, well, if you get on more podcasts, more people will get into them. That's probably the best thing I know of. So I started doing more podcasts because of that. And some people, they're just normal people, and just have a conversation with them. Some are they're really weird.
Well, I think we're not too weird, but who knows? Maybe we are. We'll see. But
the guy, have you ever seen that thing? I think it's called Something in Tiaras, about the little girls and the parents.
Oh yeah, toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of that. They have some kids called the Tiberius Show. And they have some kid where it's the kid's probably he's under 10. And his dad pushes him to do the podcast. And it's he does a podcast, he has his dress all up so it looks like a carny. And he has to act like, hey, it's Tiberius. And all this stuff. But it's obviously a little kid. It's why am I having a conversation with a little kid about more adult themes and what do I have to watch? And they'll take a break and talk about the video game he likes or something. I don't know. Stuff like that is weird, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's weird. That's really strange. Well, we're super glad to have you on. Sorry, it'll just be a minute. I think it was actually coming back from the doctor.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, we're both scambaiters, so we just call scammers all day, if you want to say that. And Take is a raging comedian kind, he just curses them out. And I'm more of one that just pretends like I'm a real victim, so we have different styles, but.
Yeah, no, I listened to a little bit of it. You, especially after the Tiberius show, I was I really got to see what I'm getting into here. And,
yeah, I can totally understand that. Well, hopefully we don't act too crazy, but I think most people say they have fun with us. We're not too weird. We definitely don't have any toddlers and tiaras, so.
Well, I just remember it was I was listening and it was a lot of them are really hilarious because they're people that are trying to sell you all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Like websites or discounts on auto insurance or whatever. And it's funny because remember there used to be a show. It was kind of it was a show where he harassed the people who call him in trying to sell him stuff, and he'd harass them back. And,
yeah.
And I remember stuff like that is hilarious. So I was like, oh, well, you have kind of a show like that. But I was like, what does that necessarily have to do with me? I'm not trying to get you to buy anything. Well,
No, it doesn't really have to do with you. We just like to talk to different people, you know? So.
You said that, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. But you definitely should watch Take's channel sometime. His name on I call him Take, but his name on YouTube is like TAGOW. It stands for Take a Glass of Water, because the scammers use that phrase a lot. I'll send you his link later in your email if you wanted to check him out. But you would like him. He's like the kind of like, do you remember the Jerky Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of his style of scam baiting. He like prank calls them, basically rages at him. So he's funny.
Well, this guy basically was doing that with scammers around the time the Jerky Boys came out. I had him on a cassette tape. And I remember somebody called him, and he's like, ugh, and they're like, you all right? He's like, hey, I'm just taking a shit. Like, oh, we'll call back. He's like, no, now's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you and Take will get along good because he loves the Jerky Boys. Well, let me see if he's ready.
Okay.
Sorry to make you wait a second. So sorry. But yeah, okay. Here he is. Let me call him or add him to this call. Hello, Take. Are you there? Take.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little bit breaking up, just a tad.
Just gonna pull over and stay in one spot, and we can see.
Okay, and we got Dan on the line, and guess what we were just talking about?
Oh, what's up, Dan?
Hey,
what are you
what's
talking
up?
about?
We were just talking about the Jerky Boys.
Oh, my heroes.
Yeah.
You might
And
know
also,
Mhm.
I was watching your videos early, and you mentioned Rat and L7, and you brought back so many memories. So it was so cool that somebody mentioned that.
Thank you. Yeah, you might remember there was some guy like around the time of the Jerky Boys, and he was like scamming telemarketers. Like they would call him, and he just like he keep them online as long as he could, saying the most ridiculous stuff.
Yep.
I remember he
I
only
know
had,
what
like,
you mean.
one
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I saw some of his stuff on YouTube, actually. I remember that guy as well. And I'm from New York as well. And the Jerky Boys were from upstate. And you know, everything you hear is like Middletown, New York, where I was from, and New York City. And the tape was just underground. And I was in college in the 90s, and it just kind of made its way up to the Albany area. And then they just blew up and got signed, and you know, the rest is history.
Yeah, didn't they do Cranky Anchors eventually or something like that?
That was somebody else, but that was I think the guy from the Man Show, Adam Carolla maybe, or one of those guys. But yeah, the Man Show, the Crankakers were funny too, and Sarah Silverman and all those guys. But
Jimmy Kimmel and Adam
So-
Carolla. Yeah.
yeah, and you're from Long Beach area. I was looking at your tattoo shop, right? The Abyss.
Yeah, it's in Long Beach, New York. I'm not from there. Like, I've lived all over. My parents are military, so I've lived everywhere. I lived in Germany.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Awesome.
You got to hear
That's
about that.
awesome.
But
Yeah.
I know Long Beach. I used to have an art business, and I know you're a painter as well. But I used to get all of my art from Long Beach and Oceanside. Lawson Boulevard, I think I used to go. But the lady that used to give me all the art had a nice place in Long Beach, right on the water. And it's just a great area of New York. It's like New York City, but you're still kind of far away. I love it. I love that area. A lot going on, though. You can't be in and out of the store in 2 seconds. You got lines everywhere.
It's small enough everyone knows you, but it's busy enough there's too many people. So, yeah, everything's...
Right.
Well,
That's
Yep.
awesome. So do you
Cool,
have
man.
your tattoo shop full time? Is that what you do full time for work, or?
well, I own half the tattoo shop. I have a business partner, and I spend half my time, like, tattooing and managing the shop and all that stuff. but I also write and I also do a lot of art for like magazines and books and so on. So I try to have like an even balance of the two.
Awesome.
And you've done some album covers, right? I don't know if I mean, well, I shouldn't judge. I mean, a lot of people might know those bands, and I mean, who would thought that I would know Obituary? And I know that you had mentioned that you had sent them stuff or something, but you've done a couple different album covers, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of album covers, and when I first moved to New York City, like I was trying to be a comic artist, and I was looking around at other art things I could do in the meantime until I got a job doing comics full time. And a lot of heavily into that scene, like the whole like metalcore, punk rock, indie rock, whatever. So I was doing some art in DC, but DC is a much smaller area, and then I moved to New York. And the thing is, all those bands, they really need artwork. They can't really pay that much. They have a hard time getting somebody good, but they really need artwork. So it's like, this will be my ticket in. But unfortunately, that I'm paying well goes even further than you think. So they don't pay you at all sometimes.
That's too bad.
Yeah, one thing you had said in your video was kind of interesting, because you were like a metalhead for a while, kind of like I was, and then all of a sudden, punk came, and it spoke more to like the teenage years. It was a little bit more angrier, where I was still listening to Slayer and Anthrax and things like that, but then all of a sudden grunge came, and that was kind of my wake up, like where I had to get out of metal and go into the grunge era. But I mean, you were listening to like Dead Guy and I think a couple other bands that I remember that I used to listen to as well, but you were more like a punk rocker after metal, right?
Yeah, well, I'm probably older than you, and I remember like at first I was into like Def Leppard and Rat and Quiet Riot and stuff like that, and then I got 3 albums at the same time. I got Slayer, Hell Awaits, I got Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and I got Megadeth, Peace Sells, and that kind of changed my whole world and everything, my whole perspective. And I was super into that, and then I got into punk rock. And like I said, in the other interview that you're referencing, that spoke more to me. I was a teenager, I was in high school, I hated everyone and everything, and that really supported me.
And, I don't know about the age thing. I'll just let you know, I was about, 14 or 15 when that Megadeth album came out that you just mentioned. So I don't know if that tells you how old I am, but so were you always? What's that?
I'm probably like 2 years older than you.
Well, welcome to the 50s then. So were you always artistic? I mean, like when you were in your high school years and you were into rock and music and things like that, were you always drawing things? And is that kind of how the tattoo thing developed?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I want to be a comic artist, and I had that going on for a long time. Like, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to write or draw, and then when I read the first comics that were kind of more complex, like Watchmen and Dark Knight, I was like, this is great, I can do both. So I remember I had a drawing table, and I'd work on drawings all day, and when I was like 12 years old, and then it was at that point in time, I was living in Gainesville, Florida, which is like white trash capital of the world. But it's like there's a lot of like indie artists that work at like comic shops and bookstores and stuff, and I would take my stuff to them and get it reviewed and get tips and all that sort. And I kept trying, and I eventually started submitting. But all that was kind of the basis for it. But I mean, I was drawing even before that. But that's when I really decided what I was going to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, so where I go to get tattoos is in New York, and that's in the Union Square area. And we can talk a little bit about tattoos because I got a couple questions to ask you off the record, maybe. But I mean, off the air. So, how did you start tattooing? Like, I mean, I was always fascinated by some of these artists. Like, is it nervous? Like when you're first putting ink to somebody's skin, because it's permanent. And I mean, and it's a whole different animal than just being a painter and a drawer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, there's more than one type of personality, and like the kind of personality where it's like I put myself through community college for art. I moved to another city on a motorcycle with everything I owned in the backpack. It's like, so I was like kind of into taking risks. So when the tattooing thing came up, it wasn't as much being nervous about the fucking other people up as it was about like, am I going to be able to pull this off and make a living off of it? And so then I tried, but it's like I kind of have the mentality of like, I'm going to give everything my all, and if it doesn't work out, it's not because I didn't try really hard. Right. So that's kind of the attitude I had when I went into it. I know, like, now I've been tattooing 22 years, and we have people that apprentice, and it's a lot of people. It's like a softer generation now. So you have people that come in and they get, like, you see one negative thing and they get discouraged. You're like, you are not cut out for this art, And so it's you have different perspectives. You have some people that just like rock it right off. You have some people that are like, I'm going to try. I'm going to fake it until I make it. And you have some people that are like, one negative word, I'm out.
That's probably true for That's probably true for us too, because anytime you do something content-wise, you always have people that don't like it. So you have to kind of be tough.
It's always a sign of flattery when you get some haters, but but you're right. There's a lot of people. I mean, I would say more than the majority don't follow their dreams and could be very successful probably, had they not taken rejection to heart. First thing there was that guy in I forgot what country he was in, but he had the idea to turn shoes into roller skates, and his uncle said, that'll never work, that's stupid, you're a loser, and he stopped doing it, and he didn't even think about it anymore. And then the next couple years, somebody else jumped on it and became a billionaire. Right. So it happens. I mean, people let the hating get to them and don't follow their dreams.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, when I went to the last couple years I went to high school, it was in Northern Virginia, and when I went to Northern Virginia, was pretty conservative at that time. And I remember my dad, he's military, he's really conservative, and he was like, yeah, doing artwork is not a real living, you're never going to make a career. So I was like, I got to get, I want to go to art school, and I kept trying, but nobody would give me a loan because I was a kid. So I was like, how do I get a college loan? So I went to my guidance counselor, and she said, get ready for a career of pumping gas, because that's all you're ever going to do.
Oh my God. That's too bad. That's a shame she said that. Well, you proved her wrong, because you got books, you got a tattoo shop, so forget her.
I'm just saying, you can't listen to people. You got to follow your dreams. People are full of shit most of the time. They don't even know what they're doing themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a whole other side of this. I mean, it's cool to talk about music and tattoos and books and art. I mean, you're fascinating that you can make a living doing all that stuff, but you also are the epitome of what I would call perseverance. I mean, you've been through some trauma. And to keep doing what you love. And there was one part of something I was watching where you were like, okay, I might only have 2 weeks left to live, but I'm going to finish this fucking painting. And I thought that was amazing.
That's true. Yeah. Well, nobody cares if you make it except for you. I mean, maybe your parents, or I don't even get along with the parents, so who cares? But I'm just saying, you might have like two people that are disappointed if you didn't like turn out the way you envisioned, but nobody really cares. In the grand scheme of the world, you're nothing. So it's more what you do, and you don't get by making excuses. Yeah, I could have been the next Tesla, but you know what? I got a splinter, and I didn't feel like going to the office that day. And nobody cares.
Right.
Right. Yep.
So,
nobody cares.
So is that a true story? Like, were you that close to passing away? That you were just weeks away, potentially?
That was just weeks away from what?
From passing away.
From dying.
They don't know.
I think.
I'm just trying to say it nice.
She's a classy one.
Well, I remember with brain cancer, so I went in for a CAT scan. They weren't sure what it was for the CAT scan, and then they said, oh, wait, it's brain cancer. We got to operate right away. 2 more weeks and you would have been dead. I was like, and then they said, well, because it's brain surgery, you have about a 50-50 chance of making it. And I was like, okay. And I remember my girl at the time was like, you don't care. I was like, well, of course I care, but what am I gonna do? But
Right.
yeah,
I mean, that's a great attitude. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't control it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, it is what it is.
so when I got out of the hospital, they'd done the surgery, but they didn't know if they gotten all of it. They didn't know if it was going to be malignant or benign. Malignant means it grows back. They didn't know anything about it. So I'm like in the ICU bed with my head wrapped up like the Invisible Man, talking to it was Matt Fox, is the guy who ran. He's kind of in charge of Shiloh. He's a guitarist, but he writes all the lyrics and everything. And I remember talking to him, and I was like, and I was telling him I was going to finish this cover. He was like, "Oh, just get better, just get better." I'm like, "No, I'm going to finish your cover." But I really didn't know. I didn't know how long I was going to last. They were still like analyzing what they just pulled out of my head, a couple days before.
Wow. So how did you really feel though? Like, was any part of you like scared?
Well, when I went in for surgery, not really, because I was in so much pain. Like, I felt like somebody had a jackhammer to the back of my head.
Oh my God, how horrible.
Yeah, and I remember, like, it kept coming in waves, and then that final day when I went to the hospital, it was just constant. So I'm going into the hospital, it's Bellevue Hospital. I couldn't even walk straight into the emergency room door. Like, I kept walking sideways. My girl had to keep correcting me because I couldn't even control it. So, like, at that point, like, once they gave me medication and it took the pain away, I was like, I can relax for a minute. I wasn't like, oh shit, this is really deep. Oh, what's gonna happen? It's like I was in the middle of it. It's going on. It's like, not like this is gonna happen to you in 2 weeks. I'm in it.
Right. And how long ago was all this?
Well, they do. You're in the hospital for about a week when they do a whole bunch of MRIs. They do some MRIs with contrast, some with without contrast, all sorts of tests on you, and then they schedule you for surgery. And then after surgery, you're like in a bed in ICU, like I said, your head all wrapped up like the Invisible Man with that brain plug. So I had this plug like coming out of my skull, like going to like some jar in the back, like catching brain fluid because your brain swells up after surgery. So I'm like basically incapacitated in ICU, and you stay that way for a few days. I don't remember how long it was. I don't remember if it was like 3 days, 4 days, but the thing is, until you have surgery, they don't let you eat or drink anything. So you're parched and you're starving. Then when you get out of surgery, they only let you have ice chips. You can't even drink. So you're like, your throat's dying. You really wish you could have actual water. And then I remember I had my first food. It was a meal from the hospital. So it was like shitty hospital food. And I'm eating and I'm like, oh, this is so good. This is so delicious. They're looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. But, this is a matrix. I made it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is a...
And how old were you when you went through all that?
Late 20s.
Wow, yeah, that's right. That's a lot to go through. I mean, it's a lot to go
Yeah.
through for anyone, but I mean, you got your whole life ahead of you, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm going to go let these people go into my brain, and like you said, 50-50. I mean, the strength and the perseverance that you have just to go through that. And to and then joke about it. I think I saw you say, "Oh, well, my parents were only going to come if it was stage 4 or something like that." So, yeah. I mean,
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
great story. I mean, you have to let people know this.
Brian Murphy interviewed me. He's like, he's like making jokes. He's like, "Yeah, call me back when it's stage 4." But even if it was stage 4, they probably wouldn't come.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's I go through MRIs once a year for with what I have going on neurology with my neurologist, and it's contrast, no contrast, or in a tube, and I mean that can be scary enough. But I mean, you've been through just a lot of trauma that to be standing and not only that, to be successful is just a great story.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't really look at it though as like I'm like some tough guy who's a survivor or anything. I just look like oh shit, that came up. Now I have to get to that. All right, like I just don't want to let it derail me. Like I just started tattooing. I've been tattooing for about 1.5 years when this happened, and I was finally getting somewhere. It's like
Did they? Oh my good Lord. After I was... Hello? Oh my God, y'all. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my God. Whiskey Scambaiter, I am so sorry. Please accept my apology. I'm very sorry. Yeah, please accept my apology because we've been having an amazing conversation and I was like, I am super sorry, taking whiskey. I'm super sorry. Like, I feel terrible. Like, we've been having an awesome conversation, and I had I couldn't figure out why y'all kept saying that. And I kept saying, like, y'all, this is live. This is live. Why are you saying this? And then I, looked down and I realized that there's something playing in the background. And Whiskey, I am super sorry. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Yeah, I'm getting text messages that I've just looked at.
I am very
sorry. Now, go back on.
I'm really sorry about that. I didn't realize that there was something else playing in the background and I was super confused and I didn't understand why y'all kept saying that. I was like, y'all, stop saying that. This is live. We're talking.
You played the last time you played what we already talked with, or because we have part 2 coming up of Dan Eck.
I don't know. I don't know what they heard. I guess it's what they already heard. But I was like yelling at y'all this whole time. I was like, y'all, stop saying that. This is live. So I'm super sorry. So we have to start all over. And I'm really sorry about that. Yeah.
That was a great one.
I'll cut out that part.
Hey everybody, I'm a whiskey scambaiter, and I got into whiskey. I've always been into whiskey since I've been 21, of course, not beforehand because that would be wrong and illegal. But I got into the scambaiting universe back during COVID when I was in my basement, in my dungeon working and looking for different podcasts and stuff to find. So I discovered, I think Pierogi from Scammer Payback was the first one that I found. Just joined Twitch, had asked my kids what Twitch was and asked them what Discord was. So I started getting more involved with following content. Then a couple months back, I on Twitter, which I never used, an account on that I rarely ever posted anything on, and I just typed in scam and whiskey, and Whiskey Scam popped up on Twitter, Whiskey Scam Alert, and he's a guy that finds these scammers on social media and doesn't bait them too much, but kind of verifies that they're scammers, and then he'll post their handle, and then he warns a ton of people that retweet their posts, make comments that, hey guys, this is a scam, there is no whiskey at the end of the rainbow. And so I was engaging with him a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this scam baiting thing out. So I created a couple fake accounts on Twitter and Instagram, and I started engaging these guys, not only to waste their time, but also to get bank account information, Zelle transfers, all that stuff to report. And then about 2 months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start posting, and so I created Whiskey Scambaiter, and that was about That was it was a little over 2 months ago. So a couple months back, and
it's such a little niche. And it's so important. I don't know how many millions of dollars get lost because of these scammers, but not enough people really focus on the whiskey, that little niche. And people want a deal that's too good to be true, and I think they do fall for this. Is that what you find? It's people that either own bars or are just whiskey lovers, and they say, oh, I can buy this much whiskey for this cheap. I'm going to go to the Facebook marketplace or wherever these scammers are originating. Do you find that it's usually from people that just want a deal that's too good to be true?
Very much so. So it's that person that wants that $5,500 bottle of Pappy 23, but can't afford it, and they see it for $1,500 from somebody on social media. And they'll jump on that. It's the guy, the folks that are looking for what they call a unicorn bottle, that really, really, really rare bottle of whiskey. And they see somebody posting about it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I got to grab that." One of the things in the United States is alcohol is a highly regulated industry, one of the most in the country. So you have distilleries and vineyards and breweries typically have to sell that to a distributor in each state, and the state sells that to a retail store or a restaurant or bar, and then consumers ultimately will go in there and purchase that from the store. To sell whiskey or wine in most states, consumer to consumer, is pretty illegal. So the scammers kind of have that edge to where they know or they don't know, and it's just dumb luck that it's probably not going to get reported to the authorities because people are engaging in usually an illegal activity by purchasing it.
And they're all impersonating either vendors or whoever, but they're telling the victim that they're in America, right? They're not saying it's from overseas.
No, it's Louisville. So Louisville, Kentucky, they're all out of Louisville, Kentucky, which they all know, the heart of bourbon country.
Yeah.
A lot of the big producers are. So they're most of them are typically out of Cameroon. I have found that's where they're operating from, but they're definitely not in the United States. And yeah, a lot of them pose as retailers, as liquor stores. Especially from the websites, they typically copy content. From US and UK, I have found websites where literally they're copying and pasting on their website. So I've got about 7 websites suspended, and it seems like one of the big ones that I get is was the DMCA violation, to where I'll say, hey, they're literally copying and pasting content from the whiskey shop in the UK. So that's been pretty effective.
Awesome. And like when you're baiting them, I mean, you kind of alluded to the fact that you're doing 2 things, right? You're wasting their time when you're in the middle of a couple-week bait with these idiots. You're also eventually getting their bank account and shutting them down for the time being anyway. So you're doing 2 things. You're wasting their time, plus you're getting accounts and things like that, right?
Yeah, the wasting the time is good. The thing with the big difference from what I've seen with the tech support and the whiskey scam baiting, or even the puppy scams, the social media stuff, is it happens pretty quick. They want the money, they want to give you the bank account, they want to give you the Zelle number, the Bitcoin number really, really quick. So it's a very fast transaction. So it doesn't take too many messages back and forth to get that information. And then with the bank, I usually, typically they want Zelle, Bitcoin. I steer them away from the electronic payments, for whatever reason. My history, I'm not allowed to use it. My probation officer, stuff like that, where I can't use them, and try to get that bank account that I turn over to the bank. And ultimately to dry up their source of laundering the money. I had one scammer, he gave, I think it was after 3 bank accounts, messaged me back after I was like, hey, it's not working. I don't know why. It's something going on. The bank won't tell me. Messaged me back. He goes, I don't have any more bank accounts. And I was like, that's great. That was a good day. It's a big win.
And you're like a whiskey person, right? Like you love whiskey, and that's kind of what I would think what kind of made you get into this niche of scam baiting, right?
Yeah, so I found a passion with scam baiting. I've always had kind of a passion for whiskey for a while.
Look at that! I'm right. You would think we talked before.
It's deja vu somewhat. Yeah. Unfortunately, chat's not saying, "Hey, we heard this before," but yeah, I loved whiskey. I know quite a bit about it, which is fun to mess with the scammers because they know nothing about whiskey. They're typically copying and pasting a price list. It's the same price list I've seen multiple times, or they're googling. They're going on Reddit trying to find photos, which I've gotten the same photo from like 6 different scammers on a particular whiskey. One was I was like, "Hey, can you get me a good rye?" He goes, "Yeah, we have that." Okay, well, what rye do you have? We have good rye. I was like, no, that's not the name of the brand.
You know a little bit more than they do.
A little bit. I need a good rye of the Mid-Atlantic. I heard they were famous for, making whiskey like in Virginia and Maryland and Pennsylvania. And I'm not understanding what you're saying. It's like, okay.
Gotcha.
Well, that's it's really interesting. Yeah, like, so what y'all missed was he was telling me, I told him how I have low alcohol tolerance. He told me what whiskeys to try. And we all got drunk. I got drunk.
We'll get into that. Don't spoil it. That's like, this is our Back to the Future moment.
Yeah.
That's the theme on today's live stream. Whiskey and Back to the Future.
I just need to know who to be mad at because someone already told Pecan Head about it. So I'm trying to figure out.
He's pecan sleeping. Nobody's mistakes happen. Goonies always make mistakes. Just don't make any more. So
Great line.
If somebody like CJ, who is dying to get into whiskey, she's always talking about, I wish I knew about whiskey, and I'm always telling her, start with something small, like maybe 6 or 7 shots of Jim Beam. But I don't know if that's the best advice. What do you think would be the best whiskey for someone to start trying whiskey if they're not a big drinker?
Yeah, 6 or 7 shots of Jim Beam is definitely not recommended for the first time trying whiskey, or even if you've had whiskey for a while. It's probably not good. You know, the thing with whiskey, a lot of folks think that it's maybe it's just a shot. It's a beer and a shot of whiskey or stuff. But whiskey makes really amazing cocktails. They make very whiskey forward cocktails like a Manhattan or an old fashioned. Then the other side of whiskey that a lot of people don't understand is that you can consume and have really great cocktails year round. There's some really amazing light, summery, kind of fruit forward cocktails that you can have during the summer. One of the things that I've seen that I tried the other week is the canned cocktails. The ready to drink. It's kind of like the seltzers, but it's made with whiskey, so it's a little bit higher proof, and it's like an actual cocktail, but it's in a can. So I had that over the weekend. It was a brand called Sagamore, and it was a rye whiskey, and I think it was it was like a honey paloma, which was really, really good. That's a great one to start with.
There you go, CJ. You can be drunk by 10 o'clock if you start now.
Maybe if I get drunk, I can run the stream better. So maybe y'all should all invest in alcohol for me.
Oh, there you go. You do a great job. Everybody makes mistakes.
Oh, no big deal.
No big deal. Every day, though. Every single day. This one was
listen, that was if you were going to make a mistake, I mean, that guy that we talked to way back when, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
People got to hear it twice.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. So no worries. Look on the bright side.
Thank you.
And you started doing all this during COVID in your basement, you said.
I did, yeah. I started watching the scam baiting during COVID, and then I've been back in the office. I actually started scam baiting once we returned to work. So.
So you work like outside of the home, and then during COVID, you kind of had to either work from home or were kind of laid off, or you just had a lot more free time, you're saying?
I didn't have more free time. I actually worked more, I think, during COVID. So I just worked remotely. So my job, I was able to work remote. So, but now I'm back in the office. So,
yep.
Yeah,
cool.
Which is nice because I get to see people, even though there's hardly anybody here on today. So, it's a couple of our accounting team. They don't like to talk to people.
Yeah, I find a lot of people that we have on that are into scam baiting started with COVID. They had nothing to do. They started watching scam baiting videos and said, I can do that. I'm tired of the scammers calling me all the time. I'm going to start a channel. I mean, there's been more than a few that we've talked to that have started this during COVID. And I think COVID led a lot more people to be online and to go to YouTube and things like that. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm the guy in the office when somebody's phone rings. They're like, "Oh Christ, I don't know this number." I'm like, "No, answer it, give it to me." Hi, we'd like to talk to you about your car warranty. And then I try to keep them on as long as I can. I've only had my record with the car warranty is 12 minutes, which is tough. That's tough to do.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's 11 minutes and 45 seconds more than I am, and I'm being nice to myself right now. So, I mean, so good job. I mean, but they're scamming your work. I mean, you're getting calls to your work from people like that.
Oh, on people's cell phones.
On
the
cell phone.
Office, and somebody will look at it, and I'm like, "No, answer that." I'm the one they send like the spam emails to. We get from the president of wherever Ghana wants to invest $100 million in your business. They send me those, and
I just got one of those. Yeah. Have you ever?
They're fun.
Yeah. Have you converted any whiskey scammers into like genuine, honest people?
I don't know. So I have yet to really break character with it. I did with I had one Twitter scammer who I was baiting with the same account, but he had 3 different accounts. So the third account, he was kind of onto me and was like, "Hey, I know about you. You have no interest in buying whiskey." And I was like, well, this is a Dubai guy, who didn't know how to spell Dubai in his Instagram handle. So I kind of got into it a little bit with him. I'm like, "Hey, we're after you." I said, "There's more of us than there are of you." I always like to throw the word anonymous in there because that tends to freak people out a little bit. So, but no, I've never had anybody like say, "Hey, sir, we're actually scamming you. I'm not going to give you any whiskey." So, no.
I think I just got it from my crying. You should start crying.
Yeah. So most of what I do is all through text and email. So I very rarely have conversations with these guys. They like to stick with text now. The guy, CJ, I sent you 2 numbers, but one of these 2 have been pretty active with trying to call me and and get me on the phone. So the one we're talking about impersonating, I think we discussed it. The second go around about impersonating retail stores. This guy had been baiting for 2 months, and he's literally lifted all his content off of a owner of a retail store in DC.
You'd have to do the crying emojis, I guess, if you're doing all through text. If you want to cry, do a little smiley face with the tears.
Crying emojis, and then some of them love LOL. Like the guy, the furniture guy on Instagram that's posing as the retailer in DC. He puts LOL after everything. I think he's up to like 250 LOLs. I'm like,
oh my goodness,
dude. I'm like, and we're pretty much best friends now. Like, I mean, he's just like, I have a friend. I mean, it's 2 months. I started in the beginning of May.
Now,
still
do you find that most of these are in Central Africa?
They are, yeah. Everything that I've got is when I can get them off of Twitter and WhatsApp and texting, and I can get them to email where I can actually find out where they are if they'll click the link, is Cameron.
I'm not watching the chat, but do you want us to promote your Twitter or Instagram or anything like that? I know you don't have a YouTube channel, but we can do that.
Yeah, I got a W Scambaiter on Twitter is great, or you can just type in Whiskey Scambaiter, and then the person I kind of work with that I get actually all of my scammers from is Whiskey Scam on Twitter, or Whiskey Scam Alert on Twitter. He's the one that he's been doing this for a long time, and he finds these guys and will expose them and tries to save people from making bad decisions of buying whiskey on social media. I get all his stuff. That's where I get all my stuff from him. And then at Bourbon Scammer on Instagram, they're a little less active, but they've done some pretty good reporting on it.
So, do you ever, what you were just saying just a second ago, do you talk with the victims, and intercept them and have to try to convince them that it's a scam, or does your friend do that? Because
we do.
Yeah, and how do they take that? Do they say, "Stay the hell out of my business"? They're 100% legit, or what do you find?
The nice thing is, I don't think these guys are very successful. So based on their interaction on likes, on their handles, on their pages and followers, they don't have a ton. The most people, when we reach out to them, they're like, "Yeah, we know. I'm not going to buy from anything. I hit like because I like the bottle. I don't buy whiskey from social media." So it's good. We have seen from Whiskey Scam Alert, he's had some folks actually reach out. Was like, "I didn't see your message underneath the guy's tweet, and I lost $400, trying to buy whiskey. I wish I would have followed you before." So it happens occasionally, but there's a lot of folks out there too that follow. I don't have a ton of followers, but follow Whiskey Scam that are just fans, and they'll troll the scammers as well, which is really funny.
You find that that these scammers that you deal with, is this kind of like a side hustle for them? Are they involved in other types of scams?
From my understanding, they're definitely involved in other type of scams. A lot of them are gravitating to cigars now. Weed, they were doing weed for a while. Some of them get into guns. They saw COVID cards, vaccine cards. COVID, so they're definitely into other stuff.
Wow.
All good things right there.
What? How would you? So do these people have websites? Because I was just thinking, like, how would you have a website for weed? But maybe they don't have websites. Maybe they're just
weed. I haven't seen because I try to just stick with whiskey. But the whiskey websites, yeah, they absolutely put up fake websites, and I'll give a shout out to Namecheap. It's absolutely amazing with taking these guys down. We'll tag them in a tweet and they respond very quickly and investigate it, and they'll suspend the site right away. Others not so much. Others are like, well, I need the full police report. I'm like, how can you not tell it's a scam website? There's no checkout on the website. They actually email you, and say, hey, here's your invoice. What's your, give me the Zell me this. And it's just like, come on.
Thank you so much, Raz. Raz gave you $20, Take, for your great knowledge of everything and keen interviewing skills.
Thank you.
Well, it's pretty crazy. Like, that's what I've been telling everyone, because I've been looking at the BBB for to kind of see what the what most people. I looked at the BBB for 1 month to kind of see where most people got scammed, and most of it was pet scams, which in my mind, I kind of categorized you in that same category of, like, they're selling something that doesn't exist,
Yes, and I think the pet scams are even cooler, because you've got a family. I had a person. Of mine actually almost fell victim to it, but you've got people that are so excited for this new member of their house, these cute little puppies, and then it just never arrives, and they're out usually a couple $1,000s. It's bad. So there's puppy scams on Twitter that they expose a lot of that, and they actually have a whole puppy scam website that does that. But yep, very, very similar.
Yeah, it's super sad. It's just weird what they pick, but I guess they just pick stuff that people, because how much does whiskey cost? Like, if you were gonna buy it from a real person, how much does it cost?
Well, from a retailer, so for instance, Pappy Van Winkle, 23-year-old, the suggested retail price is around $5,500.
Oh my God! For how much? So, like gallons of it?
No. One bottle. 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey.
I mean, that's like for the collectors, right? I mean, the serious drinkers. But like, if CJ wanted to roll down to Piggly Wiggly's, or I don't know if they sell alcohol, but or the local bottle shop, and just pick up a bottle of Jack, I mean, it might run her $30, right? I haven't bought whiskey in a long time.
Right around, right around $30. So anywhere between $25 to $40. I'd stick with the better stuff.
The people in my neighborhood are drinking Thunderbird out of the paper bag, but I don't think that's whiskey. I think that's just cheap wine.
Yeah, but that'll hurt.
Yeah, no, always does hurt. I'm one of those people. But yeah, CJ, I really think you should get started in this. It might be a new hobby.
Yeah, I might develop a drinking problem. I can't imagine I would like it though, because I don't really like alcohol that much. That's part of the reason that I don't drink very much is the only thing I drink when I drink is like spiced rum. That's it. So I probably won't
like a margarita.
No, like I get like spiced rum with like blueberries or something in there that makes it fruity. So I probably won't like it.
What's wrong with spiced rum?
You put a little umbrella in there.
Here's a little inside baseball tip. So most of your rum is actually aged and used whiskey barrels. So bourbon and rye whiskey in the United States, those barrels can only be used once, and then they sell them to distilleries, and they will age their rum, those whiskey barrels. So you'll actually get a little bit of hint of the whiskey in that rum.
So that's really interesting. Yeah. And why is that? Why are they only allowed to use it once?
laws. So regulatory laws in the United States, like I said before, it's highly regulated, not only from the purchase and sale of alcohol, but also of how it's distilled. So there are some pretty strict laws just to maintain quality, and let consumers know what they're actually purchasing for bourbon and rye. And then a lot of that came about after pre-prohibition, when there was just a ton of stuff being sold. It's basically rock gut whiskey that was being sold as something premium or something good, and a lot of people were getting sick. They were mixing it with other additives, things that they shouldn't be mixing whiskey with. So the United States put up some pretty heavy regulations on this is how if you're going to make a bourbon, this is how you have to make it. You have to follow these guidelines, so that way it was Consumer Protection Act basically, so consumers knew exactly if it said bourbon, if it said rye, if it said straight on it, they knew exactly what they were getting because it was regulated by the U.S. government.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. Seems more regulated than other things that should be more regulated. But we won't go there.
It has to be regulated, though. I think during Prohibition is moonshine. People were making their own, and they still make moonshine to this day. You ever have a sip of moonshine? No, it'll knock you on your ass for about a month. If you got stuff to do, you don't mess with moonshine. But that's why it's illegal, right? They have to do some kind of regulation with it.
Yes, exactly. It's really to protect consumers, just like food and everything else is being protected.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to make moonshine, but you see it in movies all the time. And if you ever watched The People vs. Larry Flint, I think they started off making moonshine, making their own alcohol in the woods of wherever down south town they were in. And it still happens today. People make their own alcohol. But it's it's a lot stronger than what you can buy in the store.
Yeah, is moonshine whiskey?
No, so it's straight moonshine. So to be classified as whiskey, it actually has to touch wood.
Oh, I thought it was whiskey, like a whiskey.
So what? Also, all whiskey eventually starts "quote unquote" as moonshine. So it's a neutral grain spirit. So after it's clear. So when it comes off the still, it's actually clear. What gives the the color to whiskey is actually that oak barrel. So it's typically New American oak. So you put that inside that barrel and it ages for a number of years. And that's where it picks up all the color from. And a lot of the kind of like baking notes, baking spices, vanilla notes is from that actual wood barrel.
So you're better off waiting. Yep, you're definitely better off waiting, CJ. Wait, if it's moonshine, then it becomes whiskey, and then you buy the umbrella, and then you can make yourself a drink. You can get your lime green straw hat. You can sit at the pool, and you can have your fruity whiskey drinks. That's the way to do it.
Okay, yeah, I like it. So I don't really get how it ages in the barrel. Like, do they stir it continuously? Like, how does it age in an even manner? I don't know.
That would be a lot. So what happens is the whiskey goes in clear, goes into a barrel, and then they take it to a big barn, a big aging barn where there's like thousands and thousands of barrels in it, and then they just let it sit for years. And wood is porous, so it actually the whiskey soaks in and out of the pores of the barrel, and about 20% of it actually evaporates the first year through that barrel, and that's called the angel share. So if you ever walk into a barrel aging warehouse, you can smell the whiskey in the air. So over time, that's why Kentucky and states in the Mid-Atlantic are really good for making whiskey. Is it gets really hot in the summer and cold in the winter. So when it gets hot, that whiskey barrel expands, pushes that whiskey into that barrel, and then when it's cold, it pushes the whiskey out. So that constant expanding and contracting over years gives it whiskey the great flavor that it has.
Wow.
That's why, in the United States, it takes a lot less time to age good whiskey than in Scotland. So Scotland, you're seeing 25-year-old age statements. It's just because it's cooler and it takes longer for that whiskey to age.
I had no idea it was so complicated.
Well, that's the thing. You just gave us a 2 or 3 minute course in the process of whiskey making, and I bet you the scammers wouldn't know 0.1% of what you just said.
No,
right?
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Right.
And I just had bourbonwhiskies.com. Now, do not visit that site. It's fake. I think I can't remember if I got that taken down or not. They just messaged me. So if we want to call one, we certainly can.
Sure, let's call one. Let me pull up my phone here.
So these are scammers we're calling?
Oh, yeah. These are scammers.
Okay.
So I got two on the line.
How many F words to use?
Well, I have not breaking kayfabe with them, so they are legitimate. So this guy, CJ, I messaged you that number. It's the 417 number. I've gotten six bank accounts from him so far. This call is me calling him to tell him I'm going to another bank account. Another bank. So he's supposed to be giving me another bank account, but we could pivot if we want to do a little storyline, guys. We could pivot to where I've got my two good friends, here that want to buy some really high-end whiskey. I can ask him what he would suggest.
Okay, that sounds great.
If you like that storyline, or we can see where it goes.
Yeah, we can just see where it goes. Just tell Take if you want him to rage or not. That's all Take.
Yeah, I'll just listen. I'm going to put you on mute and smoke a cigarette, but I'll listen.
Okay, let's call him.
See if he answers, because he probably won't recognize the number. I'm going to tell him I'm calling him now.
Name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Him.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
He might have not recognized the number.
Nah, he probably didn't. Told him I was going to call him now.
It's a 217 number. Tell him that you're calling from a 217 number.
Called from a 217. Want to try the other one?
Sure.
Same number?
Yeah,
Calling
sure.
you from a 217 number.
Okay, so I'm trying the 803 number.
803, and this is Josh. This is my name is Josh on this one.
Okay.
My other bait name.
Okay, Josh.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Hey, Prob, it's Josh. Calling me on my text now. No.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Here, I'll message you. Well, everyone in the chat already knows this number because I use it for this one, but I'll message it to you so you can tell them.
All right.
Then we could call them back on a different number if they would answer and let Take rage at them without you.
There you go. He just called me back. So I'm gonna call that 417 number again.
Okay.
Name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
It's Tim.
Hello?
Hey, buddy, how are you? It's Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, all good. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How's your day going?
Yeah, all good, man.
Good. So I'm getting ready to head to the bank shortly, but I've got a friend of mine who's I think she wants to put an order in. I told her you would be good to talk with. What's that?
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
So she's
hello.
Can you fill her in? I don't know what other whiskeys you have. Can you make a recommendation for her? She doesn't know much, but I think she's looking. You want to get something for your boyfriend, right?
Yeah, and I have a budget of like 4,000.
Okay.
So what should I get?
I think you could go in for Smoke Wagon.
Smoke Wagon?
Yeah.
That's one of the ones he's going to send me as well. Now, which Smoke Wagon was this one? Is that the single barrel?
Yeah, single barrel.
Single barrel? Got it.
Yeah.
So what does single barrel mean? Sir?
Yeah.
What does single barrel mean? I don't understand whiskey.
Can you help her out? I was trying to explain it to her, but it's, everything I tell her she doesn't believe. She's got to hear it from the source.
Yeah,
I'm sure you
I
can
wanna
tell
hear
her
it
exactly
from
the
an
same thing
expert.
I told her, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I want to hear it from the expert. So could you explain it to me, sir? Please?
Yeah, single barrel, like it's a premium class of whiskey, Like it comes from an individual aging barrel. Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's premium?
Yeah.
Why? Why is it premium?
It's premium because it's a class, right?
Oh, wow. Well, that definitely sold me. That was a great explanation.
For the record, I told her that, but she doesn't listen.
Yeah. Okay, so how can I get that, and how soon would you ship it to my house?
Like within 60 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I'd get it in 60 minutes? Why so fast?
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
From Texas.
And it can get from Texas to Pennsylvania in 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Whoa. You really got the hookup here.
We using the fastest courier service, we do with FedEx, DHL, and UPS.
Wow.
Kind of like back in the day. I don't know with either of you, but if you remember Domino's Pizza, it was like 30 minutes or less. And they got in trouble because they kept rushing. So that's it. You might want to think about that for your website. bourbonwhiskies.com, 60 minutes or less, or your second bottle free, or something like that. That could be pretty catchy.
Yeah.
Tagline. So what's up? So do you? Should we use two different bank accounts? Or should we just use the one?
I think one. Yeah.
Just the one. Okay.
So how do I pay for it?
Bank transfer.
Oh, a wire transfer?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it illegal what we're doing?
Yeah, it's very legal because I have my license, everything.
Oh, so it is legal. Because you have a license.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It feels illegal if we're wiring money in a bank account, but I believe you.
He's a professional. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
I can tell. I mean, like, look at everything he just taught me. So.
More you know.
Yeah. What's the best whiskey to drink with, like, say I want to mix it with, like, vodka. What would be the best whiskey for that?
What?
Pardon? Oh, shoot, he hung up.
Did he hang up?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I ruined your bait, but I couldn't help it. It was just so ridiculous.
No, that was great.
I can't,
That was
like,
fun.
you could tell he didn't know anything.
I think I've probably, now that I look at it, I think I've already drained him as much as possible. So, 6 bank accounts from this guy. His website is already shut down. So, yeah, I've worked this one pretty hard.
Well, that was pretty hilarious. Well,
Yeah, and that's how quick it is. It's so fast. It's kind of scary on how much access they have to these bank accounts. So
yeah, and it's also scary that they know nothing. Like, I don't even know what he said about it, but all he said was it's premium, I think.
I couldn't really understand what he was saying.
He said it's premium because there's only one barrel.
He didn't know what he was saying.
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's why typically they don't like to talk on the phone. So I usually get them after I've baited them for a while, and they're like, okay, this guy's serious, and he's going to drop, $2,000, but I keep stalling them. Then they start calling. So, they think they've got me on the line, but in reality, it's the other way.
Yeah, well, that's how most of the scammers are. They always think that they have you hooked, but really you have them hooked,
Yep.
So, well,
See
we
if they'll give
could,
me another bank.
yeah, we could try it back from another number take and see if he'll answer, so you can rage at him or whatever you want to.
Yeah, but he's gonna hang right up on me anyway. But you already got bank accounts from them. You're saying, right?
Yes. Yeah, from this guy is pretty worked over. So I'm gonna see if he'll give me one more. But if he doesn't give me any more, it's not the end of the world. I've worked him pretty good.
And do you have a Discord, man?
I don't. Nope. I'm on Discord, but I don't have a Discord. So
Yeah, you have a name, but I don't know if you want people messaging you. Do you?
just whiskey. So yeah, they can message me on Twitter is the best. I've got my I think DMs are open to anybody.
There you go. Message him on Twitter.
And I am on Whiskey Scambaiter on Twitter. Or on Discord is fine.
Cool. Okay, let's see if he'll answer take, and this will be all you. I put money on my microsip, so we can use it again.
And this number is on the website?
Yes.
That we're calling? Okay.
Oh, it was, but the website's not up anymore.
He got the website shut down.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Mary.
Dean Myers.
That should work between Dean Myers and Mary. Good morning, Ivan. Thanks for joining us.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available.
He might not answer. Yeah, I think I freaked him out. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's probably tired. I mean, he just did all that work.
That's true. He did do a lot of work just now.
A lot of thinking. He was probably trying to Google it on his phone.
I think it sounded like he was, because it was like awkward pauses. So I figured he was trying to Google it. I don't get that. If you're gonna like be a fake something, why don't you just like
How does that work?
read up about it. Yeah, it would take you an hour. 1 hour, you could at least get some information, you know?
I mean, they never do. It's
Yeah.
I mean, how many scammers do you talk to from Calcutta that can't even make small talk?
Yeah, that's true.
They just study the script and that's it. It's just
Yeah.
they don't even. The minute you ask them how's your day going, sometimes they'll hang right up on you. It's just
Yep. That's
drives you
true.
crazy.
Oh, our friend just texted me. He said, "Hey Tim, sorry, I'm literally busy! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! With some invoices and pre-orders." Of course you are.
The 803 one?
The 417 number. So the 803 one, I really want to get.
The 417, so now he's busy.
Yeah, the 417. Yeah, that's why he hung up because he's very busy, CJ. He has orders left and right.
Yeah, he's busy.
In order to get whiskey, 60 minutes or less.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes some serious commitment.
Yeah.
So you might not know about whiskey, but if you want whiskey, you can get it in 60 minutes or less from Texas.
Yeah,
to
from
Pennsylvania.
Texas to Pennsylvania in 60 minutes.
Yeah, he must have it in with Elon Musk or something in Amazon rocket. So.
Well, let's try the let me try the 803 again.
And if he doesn't answer, I'll call him on my phone and tell him to pick up.
Okay.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Hey, Prob, it's Josh. It's Josh.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave.
How do they?
Yike. Come on, Rob.
I wonder how they get so many Google numbers because you have to have a regular number to verify it. Do they use victims or?
I don't know, and that's one thing that I have not. I tried to look into it a little bit, but yeah, I thought Google Voice was you need a legit number.
Yeah, you do.
In the U.S., so I guess they're using victim numbers.
And you can only use one. You can only have one per number. You know, like I have 2 Google Voices, but that's because I asked somebody if I could use their number, like somebody I know in real life, and they were like, sure. So they must. Yeah,
it's
they
Josh,
must get.
Prob.
They must get the victims to, verify it for them or something.
Yeah. I'm calling on my phone. I'll pick up. Yeah, he's got a transporter, Sasquatch, yep. Well, maybe another time.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back on the call. But someone asked in chat if you'd ever thought about having a YouTube channel, since you do kind of call them some.
Yeah, very rarely. I'd have to look into the laws and regulations of where I am in terms of recording and stuff. I'm not overly familiar with that. So, but I've heard from some other content creators where they've had issues with the recording based on the state they're in. So I don't know. Think about it. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean there are some states where you have to have 2-party consent, but I still don't know if that applies to people that aren't in the U.S.
Yeah, that's why I saw a little bit about it. If they're not in another state, they probably wouldn't do anything. But so, yeah, I don't know. I also don't like the tech support. The stuff that you guys do is so entertaining because it kind of goes on and there's really fun storylines. I have to see where it goes in terms of the storylines with these guys.
Yeah.
More of the phone calls, and some of them are really hard to get on the phone. Obviously. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was super great having you. So what any other future plans you might have to share with everyone?
No, not really. Just any follows on Twitter, and then my guy Whiskey Scam Alert on Twitter. For that, don't buy whiskey online. Enjoy your whiskey responsibly. And that's really it. I don't have any Discord plans. No real YouTube. No
Listen to the man, CJ. Responsibly.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
No, I wasn't kidding when I said I drank I think 10 shots and a bunch of painkillers in the Pittsburgh airport. I missed my flight. I wasn't just telling that story to to help you. I really want you to be careful, be responsible.
Thank you. I'll try. Well, thank you so much.
Be responsible with your pool boys too.
Yes,
your pool boy toys.
Those are more tempting. Those are definitely more tempting to me than the whiskey.
Yep. Hashtag safe word whiskey.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. Sorry again you had to do the interview twice, but it was super great talking to you.
Yeah, totally fine. Thank you again so much for allowing me to get on here and really raise awareness to these types of scams. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Cool.
So y'all please follow him on Twitter, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Sure thing. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Later, bro.
Thank you so much.
It's Friday.
There you go.
That's right. Time to go to the bottle shop and get some whiskey.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, let's have a little take break, and then we'll be back in a few minutes. How does that sound?
Oh, you're going to play my nonsense?
Yeah. I want some
All right.
nonsense.
We got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to make out? Go ahead, please.
Thank you for staying on the line. This is Emily. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is a feedback call from Spectrum to make sure that you are satisfied with the bills and the prices. So, do you happen to know the
Yeah, you broke up for a minute there. What were you saying? Tumi Kakaha?
Maine kaha?
Yeah, I didn't understand you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Can you repeat that?
Mujhe maaf
Can you
kariye.
repeat that?
Yeah, mujhe maaf kariye. I don't understand you. I'm sorry. What's so funny, man? I'm sorry.
That was amazing.
Amazing? आप कैसे हो?
Yeah.
तुम्हारा असली नाम क्या है?
ठीक हूँ मैडम. You want to know my name?
Yeah, if you can understand me. How's my Hindi? It's okay?
Yeah, it's good.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
बहुत shukriya. That's nice.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that from?
In India, right? Aren't you from Sector 5? From Calcutta?
No, I'm not. I'm not from India, bro.
Well, how do you know Hindi then?
Oh, because I live in Istanbul and my family lives in Pakistan. So.
Oh, really?
That's how I know it.
Are you telling me that you work from other countries and you do spectrum scams?
Yeah, we are in Istanbul, bro. If you can come find me, that will be wonderful.
Well, I don't want to find you, but you're very nice to talk with. But I mean, you should find a better job or a job. You don't have a job right now. You know that, right?
I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna find it soon. Okay.
Yeah, you got to stop hurting people with this nonsense. You sound ridiculous. I mean, you have a nice voice, though. Oh, I sound ridiculous now? Why? Because I know you're a scammer? You got to get a new life, bro.
Okay, how can I do that?
Well, I'm not there. I mean, you're in India, and then you lied to me.
No.
Why are you lying to me?
I told you.
Yeah,
I'm not here, bro.
You're lying to me.
Why you think that?
You probably are the one who shot Sadhu Musawala. You're an evil lady. Yeah.
I don't even know who is that person.
I think you know. You know Diljit Dosanjh. You know all those rappers. Especially
So how do you know all them?
Well,
How do you know all of that?
maybe I'm in India.
Are you a fan? Are
A
you
friend?
a fan?
Who?
Fan. Are you a fan of Sidhu Moosewala? Are you a fan of his voice?
Yeah, I love him. Well, I did.
Oh.
He
What's
died.
your real name?
Your people shot him.
What's your real? What's your real name? You don't
Midanam Raj Patel hai.
No, you must be living in India then, bro. I don't live in India.
Yeah, you got
You're
out,
wrong
huh?
about me.
Well, everyone I know in Istanbul. So do you speak Urdu in Arabic? Okay, assalamu alaikum, my sister.
I think I might leave you right now. But
Okay.
I have your number.
Yep, I'll call you back.
I have your number.
I hope you call me.
Don't call me back.
Oh, I'm gonna call you all day.
I'll give your number to FBI. That's what
Aap mujhe block nahi kar sakte. Who do you think I am?
Yeah. So what'd you do?
I hunt scammers.
Hunt me then. Let me see what you're gonna do.
Oh, you want to play games, right? What happens if I find you? What would you do to me? Would you like get on your knees and smile like a donut?
No, I'm gonna smash your face. That's right.
Oh, you like it rough. I can deal with that. Yeah, you're like a criminal. You're like rough, right? I'm a filthy American. Get dirty with. Yeah.
Yes. Just come and find me.
Okay.
And I'll look you up.
Oh, bohat Donibad. I'm on my way.
Come.
Okay, you sound.
I have your number. Okay.
You sound so beautiful. I hope you call me and we have a relationship. And I promise I will never kick you out of bed unless I want to have sex with you on the floor.
Okay, now you are playing dirty now. Okay.
Well, yes, but you're gonna smash my face.
Goodbye.
Bye. Termilinge. What was that?
Welcome to Amazon.
Are you feeling okay?
Yes.
Why do you sound so sad?
Sad?
Yeah, you seem so upset right now.
Yeah, my girlfriend didn't come today.
Are you crying? Were you crying?
No, I'm not crying.
Okay. Do you need anything? Do you need me to mail you a gift card or chicken soup? Anything?
No.
Okay, thank you. Hang up on me. I'll call you back. Filmilinge.
Okay, bye.
Yep.
Hello?
Hello? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, you sound very upset. I was worried. I had to call you right back.
I tried today. It's like so much abusing and all.
Oh, somebody's abusing you?
Yeah, you are the one who was abusing me so many times.
Welcome to Amazon. How may I help you?
Hi, ma'am. Why do you sound so upset? What's going on there? Why do you sound so upset?
How can I help you?
Why do you sound so upset?
I beg your pardon?
You sound like very depressed. Are you okay?
This side, Naughty America. How can I help you?
Hi, why do you sound so depressed? Are you okay?
No, sir. My girlfriend, she died.
Your girlfriend died?
Yeah.
Did she know that you were scamming people, or did you keep this part of your life a secret?
Yeah, she know that. And you know what happened? You know?
How did she die?
Let me tell you. We are walking on the metro station, okay? Suddenly my friend, he come to me and he pushed my girlfriend. And she fall on the tracks and metro goes on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She died over.
When did this happen?
Yesterday.
And you're already back at the scam call center in one day?
Yeah, what can I do?
Oh, wow. Have we spoken before? Have we talked before?
No, it's a first time.
Oh, okay. Tumhara asli naam kya hai?
Mother Chud.
Oh, your name's Mudder Chode? Nice to meet you. Aapsa milka acha laga.
Right.
Mera naam Dean Myers hai.
No, you're Chris.
Who is this Chris that everyone keeps saying I am? I'm not Chris.
You're Chris.
Who is Chris?
Chris belongs to India.
Yeah, but I'm not
His
Indian.
mother and father. His mother and father is from India.
That's not me. I'm from
That's you. That's you.
I'm from Pakistan.
You Lola from Pakistan. You're making me chutia.
Who told you?
Chris told me. Chris told me.
Yeah, Chris is your friend. I'm not. So I don't know who this Chris is you speak of.
You are Chris, okay?
All right, you're boring me. Can you hang up on me? Please, Kripia.
You're boring me. Okay?
All right.
Welcome to Amazon. How can I help you?
You sound so stupid, Gandu.
Chris, what happened?
I'm not Chris. Why does everybody think I'm Chris?
I'm gonna report about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What are you going to report? That he's messing with criminals?
I'm gonna report over the YouTube about your YouTube channel.
Right, but I'm not Chris. But, I mean, Chris has a channel. God bless him. I hope he exposes all of you.
Okay.
Yep. Tumhara asli naam kya hai?
My name is Daddy.
Oh, Chutia, you're so stupid.
You didn't wish me wish me Happy Father's Day.
Is Chris
Wish me Happy Father's Day.
Is Chris bothering you guys so much? You keep thinking I'm Chris.
Yes, you are Chris.
But I'm not Chris.
Oh, you are Kidbo?
Who?
Kidbo.
Are you trying to say Kit Boga?
Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, I love that guy. I love that guy, but I'm not him either. But thank you. Thank you so much.
You got it. You got it. I'm going to block your account. I'm going to report about you. I have more than 100 people in my company, and we all are going to raise their report over your YouTube account.
Okay.
I'm going to share the link of your YouTube channel, and everyone going to report of that YouTube channel. Okay?
Right. Now, Kit Boga has 3 million subscribers, and don't you think that would have been done already, if that's possible?
It doesn't matter. We are going to report against that, okay?
Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
And not even everyone going to share that link to their family member.
I'm sure they already did. Every scammer in the world knows Kit Boga. What are you talking about? Are you new at this? Are you brand new? Are you a newbie? Are you like a newbie criminal? You're terrible and misinformed. You don't know how anything works, Gandu.
Don't get nervous.
Why would I be nervous?
Okay?
Why would I be nervous?
You will get to know what I'm gonna do. You will get to know. Just wait and watch, okay?
You don't know me. You don't know my channel, and that's about it.
No, you.
Only thing you need to know is you cannot block me. I call all day long. Aap mujhe block nahi kar sakte. Now, if you were smart, you would start to think, how come he calls so many times? How does he know that the person down there in the cubicle just downloaded Tekken 3? You would start to worry a little bit.
Don't play with me, you idiot.
What are you talking about, Gandu? You don't even make any sense.
You are not making any sense, you stupid guy.
You stupid guy? That's what you say when you get mad at somebody? You stupid guy. You stupid guy. Do not say those things about my mom. You stupid guy. You gotta get tough. You gotta get tough, bro. You are a terrible criminal. You sound like a little bitch.
You are showing your frustration.
Let me guess. Do they pick on you? Do the rest of the scammers pick on you?
I am.
Look, if you want to be good at this scamming thing, you have to get tough. You're like a little bitch. You're going to last 2 seconds behind the bars.
Ooh. Since last, it's been a month, you are saying the same thing like you will be behind the bars. And you didn't did anything. You haven't did anything yet. You can just...
Oh, you mean no call centers got shut down in the last month in your area, in Sector 5? No call centers got shut down?
And even we are not in Sector 5, okay, you fucking years old.
Of course you are.
So come and catch me.
Oh, you're scared, aren't you?
You come and catch
Let's
me.
see.
You fucking asshole.
You can't stop me from calling you. I saw the guy download Tekken 3. I know you're in Sector 5. That's 3 things going against you. You still want to sit here and talk shit?
Listen. We were playing Tekken 3 and we are not downloaded that. We are playing online. And don't use these tricks, right? I'm the bop of yours, right? I'm your daddy. You can call me daddy, right?
What are you saying? I don't even understand you. You dumb guy. I don't understand you.
Fucking idiot. Now you understood?
Barely.
That's all?
Oh man, this guy's a loser. Like he would get stabbed in a shootout. Like you go to the dentist for Bluetooth, right? He puts airbags on his computer so it doesn't crash.
You just are a YouTuber. You didn't know anything about that, right? You cannot do anything, fucking asshole.
Why don't you worry about yourself, sir? Why are you so interested in me? I mean, I know you're nervous, but why don't you get a job? Like
I am?
Like, why don't you think about how bad you are just hurting people?
The way of your talking, and the way you are delivering your words, it's showing you got nervous.
No, you're stupid. You don't understand anything. Why don't you get a job? Let's start with that.
I'm in a job right now, and I'm earning money. Listen to me. I don't have a family, okay?
Okay, so that's why you think it's okay to do what you're doing because you don't have a family?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have families.
I don't want your money.
Well, you're not going to get my money. You're not going to get my money.
I'm earning more than that which you're offering me. How much you earning in a month?
There's so many more things in this life that you could be doing. You don't need to be hurting people, pretending to work at Amazon.
Listen, I was in Dubai 3 months ago, and I have spent more than that. And I have spent 15 days in Dubai in a month.
Okay, so what does that matter, though? So it's okay if you did do that. It's okay because you hurt people to get that money, though.
I'm earning more than you. I'm earning more than you. I'm saying that I'm earning more than you.
What does that matter, though?
What
does it matter? You're a terrible person. Like, you're a shitty person. And you know why you're poor? You're not poor because you live in India, sir. You're poor because you're a fucking loser. You're stupid. Everything you've said so far is so stupid. Do you want to hear this conversation? Do you want to hear this conversation tomorrow? Tomorrow, go to YouTube and type in conversation with a very stupid Amazon scammer. And you'll hear this whole conversation. I'm putting you on YouTube. You have to know that. Now hang up the fucking phone, loser. You're boring me now.
You can.
Firmilinge. I'll see you tomorrow. Call Milty, hey.
Oh, fuck off, you idiot. Son of a bitch.
You're connected with support. How can I help you?
You're picking up the phone pretending that you want to help people, but you really want to rob them.
I want you to understand, legally and federally, I know what type of a time waster you are.
Do you want people to empty their bank account?
Why would you waste my precious time?
We call scammers. And man, they say the dumbest stuff.
Go ahead, please.
Hey, do not call this number again, okay?
Hello, we are back. So, what's up with that guy and his girlfriend? Like, he just totally made that up, or was that at all true?
Oh, the scammer who said his girlfriend died?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. What an idiot that guy was. He got dark, but at least he wasn't cursing and saying stuff about my mom. He was trying to be somewhat witty and creative. He knew I was messing with him.
Is there any possible way that that was a true story?
No.
Oh.
I mean, nothing they ever say is true. So I think we're okay there.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of those people do die on that metro line, but still, I don't see why he would be in work talking to you about it.
Listen, if he was that cheerful about it and back to scamming the next day, then he really didn't love her.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's okay. He's not in mourning.
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm
I'm
not worried about him.
23% sure that he was lying.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But it took me 13 months before a scammer asked me if I was Kip Boga. So most people get that all the time.
I think Kip Boga doesn't curse, so I think that's why you don't get called that.
Well, I don't know if they even know that. They just all know his name. So, I mean, obviously, no one's ever going to mistake me for Kip Boga, who is so great at entertaining in such a nice way for everyone. He doesn't have to swear or anything like that. They just know Kip Boga. So I either get called Chris or I got called Kip Boga. I'll take it.
Anybody know who this Chris person is? If any of the scam baiters are pretending or using the name Chris? Because I have no clue. But
it happened to me 3 times yesterday as well when I wasn't recording.
See, and I haven't been watching a lot of scam baiting because, to be honest, I'm trying to not get too influenced. Like, I'm trying to have my own ideas, and I haven't been watching it. Do you know what I mean? So, I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. I know I need to watch it and learn from people, but I'm just worried about stealing people's stuff, like, subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Everybody steals from everybody. It's like a form of flattery. I mean, I hear scam baiters all the time saying, go ahead, please. Not that I own it, but I know that they at least listen to my video and are using that.
Yeah.
So if I steal something from somebody else and I don't mean to, it's just part of the game.
I don't know who it could be, because I've never heard Pierogi use the name Chris. I've never heard Kip Boga use the name Chris. I can't think of anyone I've ever heard use the name Chris.
No, I don't think it's anybody who's big. I think somebody messes with them that might speak better Hindi than me, and then when I say like a little bit of Hindi, they assume I'm that guy. But I've gotten that by multiple scammers, not just those 2 idiots on this video. I could have made a whole compilation if I wanted to spend time looking through my phone for all the calls that were made in the last 2 months and put all the Chris together. All the times they called me Chris. It's just fascinating. But they won't tell me. They will not tell me. They just start saying, no, you are Chris. So I don't get an answer.
That someone said maybe it's Chris Rock. They think you are.
Yeah.
Morning, Stephanie.
Right. Keeping it real.
Well, if anyone hears of any Chris's, let us know ASAP so we can have them on the show, and then you and Chris can call together.
Right.
It'll be double the Chris's.
Exactly, scam tunes.
There was a Chris I was talking to on Facebook. I just forgot. I was supposed to call him too, and I forgot about it till right now. Let me see who that person was.
Exactly, DA. Next time I'm going to say, yeah, you got me. I'm Chris. This side, Chris.
Yeah, there is a Chris on Facebook I was talking to. I'll ask him. But I think he's more of a like a number hunter than a baiter, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, we had Chris Tries on the show.
Yeah.
But I don't think he bothers them all day long.
I didn't think he baited those ones. I thought he baited I can't remember. I'm getting everyone mixed up. Remember how
but they were saying They were saying Chris was from India. I thought, like, yeah. I mean, I don't think Chris talks Hindi to him.
Which, by the way, I have like a very, very good source told me something about that. And I really do. I know this is going to sound unbelievable, but I got it from a very good source that there is an American living in Kolkata working at the call centers because he can just he moved from the U.S. to work in the scam call centers because he can make so much money. And India is so cheap. So there is, I believe it. Yeah, there is an American in Kolkata that works at the call center. So I haven't got to talk to him yet, but
I had a girl call me. She called me and offered me a job, but I'm pretty sure she was just being stupid because she never called back. But she was going to pay me a salary of 35,000 rupees, and then I would get commission.
Which is a pretty good salary. That's above the...
Well, I don't think she was the boss. I think she was just messing with me. But there are more and more, I've heard of those types of stories where, like, I have not ever spoken to somebody who was, born in America that's doing it, but I know that there's more and more that are finding their way to that lifestyle because it is cheap to live there and it's very hard to get caught.
Yep. Which, by the way, speaking of salaries, in my video on Monday, I have, I will be showing y'all the actual salaries from these scammers because I got their files. So I hope that y'all will come to my premiere on Monday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I bet you, I haven't looked at that list that you have, but I bet you very few of them are making 10,000 American dollars a day.
No, not that. For Indian salaries, this call center they're making good, very good. But if you compare it to dollars, if you compare it to dollars, they are still making good. Like they're still making a lot of money, but no, not $10,000 a day.
All right, people are idiots. I mean, so many people say that to me.
Yeah. So y'all try to come to my premiere if you can, Monday at 10.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yep, it was a pretty fun experience for me. I got all these through an insider. So I didn't get them myself from the computer. I used an insider, but still, it's still I know people like the tech stuff, but still it takes a lot of work to bond with someone enough that they give you information. So I'm proud of myself. Even though it's not as cool as hacking them, a human hacked them over time. So
nice.
Well, I got one or two numbers we can try from the other day, and then we can see where that goes.
Yeah, sure. Well, the Synergy people have been blowing up my phone this week. Those people do not go away.
Yeah. They were really blowing me up this week. Let's see, did you already talk to Frank Wilson? I feel like you did, but let's try him. Maybe you didn't. Frank Wilson is one of those that's just a straight up a-hole. Like he's not even really that... Like you can just tell he's in real life he sucks. Like he's not nice at all or fun or pleasant. Hi Anushka, happy Friday. Bye, New Moon. Have a great day.
The person you are calling is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yes, call me back, please. We'll try Mr. Mark Wilson, although I think you talked to him already. No, Mark Williams. Well,
it's been a week. I'm sure he misses me.
The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Oh, snap. Is that because he blocked me, or is his number down? Let's see. Thank you so much, Bramble. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Bramble.
And again, thanks to Raz. I think she gave 2 super chats while we were talking, so super appreciate that, Raz. Thank you. Earlier. Oh no, it was just that number. I'm calling from another one and it's working. So.
Hello?
Okay, he's on.
Hello? Hello?
I don't think he heard you, so he hung up. On.
Hello?
Hello? Why is he hanging up on you? Come on, man. He definitely heard you that time, I think. He said it quick. On.
Hello? Hey, hi, how are you?
Hello?
We got disconnected a few times. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. I must have hit the wrong button. How are you? Hello?
Nope, he hung up. He must not want to talk to us. Can you believe that? Oh wait, he's calling back.
Hello?
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 Yeah, sorry I missed your call.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking for a second. We got disconnected, but now you're here. Thank you so much. How are you?
He hung up on well, you said that even asking them how they are can make them hang up on you.
I'll try them again. I'll try a different approach.
Okay.
The number you are trying to reach is no longer...
He blocked us. Isn't that cute?
Try to be sneaky.
Yep. Very cute, mister.
Thank you, Anushka. Hello, Dan Gleeballs.
The person you are calling is currently unavailable.
Come on now.
Come on.
I think that.
This one is Peter Woods. Peter Woods. Petey Woods.
Like when your last name is Dick and your parents name you Richard.
Yeah.
The
TextNow subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello? Let me just double check that there's no numbers on scammer.info yet. Pretty early, but... So, while I'm looking this up, what do you think is the reason that these scammers pick pets or whiskey or whatever? You know? It's just so random, don't you think?
Well, I mean, that's what I was asking him, but I don't remember if it was when we were, just talking to him, us three, or if it was live.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no worries either way. But I think it's more of their side hustle. I think that they do other scams, and they probably have realized that, hey, people fall for pet scams. One of their friends makes $1,500, on a fake puppy, and then they're like, oh, I could do that. And then putting a fake apartment on Craigslist, and they realize that people will give them money without seeing the puppy or the apartment first, or talking to somebody.
Right.
So I think it's the same thing with the whiskey thing.
So
somebody stumbled upon it, realized people will pay money.
Yep. So y'all never do that. Don't do that. Make sure you see your pets in your homes before you give any money.
We never want to obviously talk to a victim in a bad way or talk about how can you be so stupid, but I would just encourage people never to ever give any money without seeing an apartment or a pet, or get the item first.
I'm not sure how I would call them. How would I call them, Dan? Can I call them from text now? If so, then sure. Or I can call them
Good
from
morning,
WhatsApp.
Christina.
Okay, let's try this Norton one that's on scammer.info.
Sorry, but your call cannot be completed.
Fine.
Rude.
Yeah. Oh, DH just sent me one. That's Cash App. He said, take will like this one.
Thank you for calling Cash App. How can I help you?
Hey, it's Chris. Did anybody call there looking for me? I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of people saying that they're looking for Chris.
You're looking
Hello?
for Chris?
Yeah. Did anybody call there looking for Chris?
Why?
Because I wanted to figure out what was going on. Why does everybody think that my name is Chris? I was having trouble with my Cash App, and then I called and they said my name was Chris. My name's not Chris. My name's Dean Michael Myers. Who are you?
You just said your name.
I'm sorry?
You just said your name is Chris.
My name is not Chris, but people are saying it's Chris. I thought maybe you understood why. Why are people calling me Chris? I'm just a guy. My name's Dean Michael Myers, and I have problems with my Cash App. Why else would we be talking right now,
Are you going?
Go ahead, please.
No, call you.
You're gonna what?
Nobody called you, sir.
Well, I know nobody called me, but I have problems with my Cash App. Aren't you Cash App?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can talk about something Cash App.
Do you believe that you work for Cash App? I mean, you don't sound convinced, sir. No offense. Do you ever notice that? People can call you like the most disgusting names ever. You're a fucking loser. You're a criminal. You get people to kill themselves because you clear out their bank accounts. No offense.
Oh,
you okay? You touching your plum tree shaker?
Oh. Yeah, Dex, that's the one we were just on, was That Cash App one you sent me. I have to call that one back.
Hello?
Hello?
Bo.
You're funny. Go ahead. Say I'm a filthy criminal. I like to hurt people and steal their money. Like and subscribe. Gandu?
I think he's throwing up.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I bet you drank some moonshine.
Yeah.
You know, I can teach you all about whiskey, sir.
He just hung up. Let's ask if he was barfing. Sir, were you just barfing?
Hello.
Hello? It sounded like you were barfing.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, how are you? See, they don't like me either. It's not just you.
I mean, people always say, why don't you try and start the conversation differently? And then I do, and they hang up.
Yeah.
And it's better just to rage from the start.
Yep, I agree. Let's try him back one more time with a different number. Yeah, he was. Hello?
Thank you for calling. Boat, how can I help you?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello? How can I help you?
Yeah, is Chris there? I was looking for Chris. I was working with somebody and their name was Chris. I got big problems over here.
Sorry, sir. Wrong number.
No, it's not the wrong number. I'm calling you. And why are you going to do that? So you can't help me?
I guess not. That was a different person though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not as drunk.
Yeah, we're calling him Dex right now. Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, can I cash app you some money? You sound sexy. Hello? Hello? Are you there? I think I made him speechless because he's not talking. I wonder if he thinks I'm you.
Oh, he thinks I have a voice changer?
Yeah, that's usually what they think. But it's the drunk one, not the other one. The drunk one's on. Oh, he hung up.
Right.
Hello. Wait, he said hello. Okay. Yes, thank you so much, Dex. We are calling them. Oh, thanks, Kelly. I don't know when in the store heard us. We're kind of rowdy. Remember, y'all, nobody breathes a word of what happened to Pecan Head. Nobody.
Now you tell me. You've been texting.
Hello?
Hey, we got disconnected. I'm calling you back. I'm sorry. I think I hit the wrong button. It's early here, but I had a couple drinks. Shit happens. So can you help me?
No. This is the wrong number.
How do you even know that? Is that because that's the only two words you can say? Is there anyone there that speaks English? Adam?
Apkase, hey. That's right?
Oh, Apkase, yeah, it's pretty good. And remember, Apkeseho, if it's a female.
What's that?
Apkeseho, if it's a female.
Oh, Apkeseho?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Just remember Rundi and Ho. It's easy.
Yeah. Apkesehe, Chutia.
You're pretty good. Better than me already.
Nah. I've been working on my Bengali, but yeah, I'm still not going that fast with it. I need to practice it like every day, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it.
Yeah. But I can say a few key phrases like...
Even if you do like 20 minutes a day, though, just make it a focus. It's better than nothing.
I've mostly been learning the sentence structure, which is...
The person you are calling is currently unavailable.
You know, they structure their sentences differently than we do. So...
Oh, yeah.
Like, because we say, like, I ate chicken, and they say, I chicken ate. You know?
You're right.
So I have to... That's what I've been getting used to.
But I wouldn't even worry about understanding any of that. I would just try to memorize how to say, I want chicken, and not worry about that the chicken is coming before it. That's just what's been working for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're a little kid, you don't worry about grammar and writing and structure of stuff. You just learn by listening. So go back to your childhood.
Yeah.
As happy as it is, and I know you want to relive it, you go back to when you were like 5, and you'll pick it up a lot easier.
You were trying.
Watch some Bengali cartoons.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we're out of numbers. Let me try that Cash App one more time. Thank you for the numbers, Dex. That Cash App one was super good.
Yeah, thanks, Dex. I always forget DH Products is Dex.
Cash App. How can I help you?
Jesus Christ, I'm in the middle of a conversation and you pick up the phone? What is going on here? I'm talking to my friend Dex and all of a sudden I got a little Indian guy chirping on my phone. What do you want? What do you want, fucker? Go ahead, please.
You have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you. I'll call you right back. Thank you. Yep.
You have a good day.
The figures, I picked the one nice scammer to rage at.
Yeah.
But, hey, shit happened.
He's still a scammer. He's still a scammer, even if he's polite. So he's not.
Right.
He's not nice. He's polite. Because if he was nice, he wouldn't steal people's money.
Right.
Hello? Apke say hey. Chutia? They hung up.
Yeah,
if they're even on. All right. Well, I think that it is time to go eat our breakfast. It was a good show, despite my screw up. And remember, everybody, please raise your right hand and solemnly swear that you will not tell Pecan Head about what happened in the stream today. I'm trusting that you're all doing it.
I think everybody forgot. You're the one bringing it back up.
Okay, y'all forgot? Okay, great.
So, yeah, I mean, it was nice to hang out with Whiskey Scambaiter for double the amount of expected time. Very cool guy. And just definitely go follow him on Twitter, and we can pray one day that he will make a video. But if not, know that he's out there and he's messing with these idiots, and he's got a little niche. Maybe not all of us drink alcohol, but there's a lot of people that do. So he's messing with scammers.
Raz just thinks she's so funny. Every time I say that, she says too late. Very funny, Raz. I'm going to assume you're joking. All right, y'all. Well, you guys have a great day. We'll be back with our normal schedule next week. Again, yesterday we couldn't control because the internet was down like in my area, but we will be back next Tuesday. Oh, I never got to do my good news, so I'll do it next Tuesday. But y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. Y'all have a great weekend, and please come to my premiere Monday at 10 if you would like. And then after that, I will be streaming, and then Tuesday we'll be back together.
Great. See ya.
Yeah, see ya. Wanna be ya. Bye, y'all.
You're connected with support. How can I help you?
You're picking up the phone pretending that you want to help people, but you really want to rob them.
I want you to understand, legally and federally, I know what type of a time waster you are.
Do you want people to empty their bank account?
Why would you waste my precious time?
We call scammers. And man, they say the dumbest stuff.
Go ahead, please.
Hey, do not call this number again. You have